what are you afraid most of while like building your business?
So I don't know if I'm ever gonna be a Philip Michael Thomas. I do have an imposter syndrome. I do sometimes have limiting beliefs, and we dove into that in Costa Rica. There's now millions of people who at some point look up to me and what I say. And sometimes I just look at myself, I'm a regular dude, And, I think even like celebrities have imposter syndrome, but it's something that I consciously know that I can have, and I have to consciously tell myself, no, what you're talking about is real. It's actually helping people and leaning on that.
The Sacred Thomas Podcast.
Live, baby.
Live, baby. So we are on the Sacred Thomas Podcast. We appreciate you guys for coming on. This is Michelle Polson, David Poku, and the Rainmaker Shark.
Oh, man.
How's everybody doing?
Good. Great.
Good, bro. Excited to be back.
Yeah.
Friday Night Bender.
Yeah, so this is going to be just a chill podcast. A couple friends talking and discussing some current events and something that Michelle wants to show all of us.
Can you,
play it?
No,
Screen share it?
Yeah.
How do I do it? Pull it up. No, pull it up.
Okay, so this one is Revenge for the Guys. Okay.
Okay, are we airplaying this?
Yeah, we're going to airplay it. David, can I get a testing from you?
Testing.
Oh, yeah, you sound great.
Okay.
How do I sound?
You sound great, too.
Good? Projecting enough?
So this is...
You're always projecting.
Wait, you screen sharing it, though?
I'm about to. How do I? Oh, okay. Main bedroom. Speakers.
Ooh.
Show more. Wait. So this is on TikTok?
This 4-hour video of the aquarium.
Okay, the way we'll be able to do this is
gonna make the blooper reel.
I know, right? So I saved it to your
post
phone.
this shit. He's like,
what?
I saved it to your photos
the first 10 minutes he just rips.
because I don't think I could screen share it directly from TikTok.
Okay.
This is editable, guys.
Yeah, that's why I'm just freestyling.
Why would you?
That's why I'm freestyling it.
But we may not edit it. Airplay. Okay, perfect.
All right.
Lights TV. Oh, that was showing up. Maybe we could have done it a different way.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Just put in the passcode.
Okay, so there's a new trend going around on TikTok of guys' icks. So a new ick unlocked.
I might need my
Wait, why isn't
glasses,
this one? So my question to you is, what are your icks that girls do?
Can we talk about what we just saw? Though?
Okay, first of all, my 6'3" husband cuddling on his mama.
I mean,
Are you a mama cuddler?
I can't say that I am, but teach their own, man. Like, why is that a nick? Hey, your mom is not always gonna be here. Yeah. So it's important to give them the love that they deserve.
I think that's weird if the girl is there. It's kind of awkward.
I think
if they're together. Other than that, it's like,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Do you want to see a new?
No, I don't.
A different ick?
Or we could do a different ick, or we could talk about our icks real quick. Let's stay on to this one video real quick.
Let me think.
I think your mom's like the only one that'll probably.
So what was? Wait,
Would you like that?
What?
That's like nothing.
Is that an ick for you?
But
yeah, Michelle, do you agree with that?
Kinda.
You gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Really?
It's a little weird.
So okay,
If
like
we're all
someone.
hanging out in like a
That's what I'm
room,
saying.
and
That's
he's
what I'm
just,
saying.
I mean, it is a little awkward.
But that's what I'm saying. It's awkward only because she's there. If otherwise, why would that be?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I do that. I'm just saying, why would that be an issue? It'd be awkward because even just the way it was presented, it was awkward. She's alone, and he's it looks super awkward just because of the nature in which it's being presented.
I mean, it is a little awkward. The more and more I look at it.
Yeah.
So the root of that ick for you is you hate someone that's like overly a mama's boy then.
okay, to an extent. Like, obviously, you have to love your mother.
Bring the mic closer to you.
You have to love your mother and care about your mother, but like, I wouldn't want to date someone who screams "mommy." Like, mommy, hug
I think
me.
that was a little exaggerated.
Yeah, that was definitely made. That was definitely made just for the
Yeah,
TikTok.
exactly.
There's no way.
It's a little bit of it's a little bit of trolling in a sense, but
So, a mama's boy, there's nothing wrong with it, and I don't think it's an ick. But like I said, I think it's the
It's
scenario
Lights TV.
of like me sitting on an opposite couch. Okay, so now we have a new ick.
What if that was flipped?
like the mom, like the girl.
Wait,
I think that happens. I think that.
Yeah.
I think that's more.
So what about this new ick?
wait. Is he like actually sitting like that? Or is he,
It's the curling of the toes.
I've never seen anyone do that.
he's doing that for the talk.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone do that.
But-
Michelle, is that even like do you think that's even like a valid?
I mean, I'd be like if Sacred was doing that right now, I'd be like, dude, why are you curling?
Yeah, but I mean, have you ever?
I'd be like, yeah.
But Shark, have you even ever seen anyone do that? I've never even really seen anyone do that.
I haven't, but I feel
No.
like I'd notice if they did. I'd be like, yo.
But like, so it's
ass
just a
feet.
trend on TikTok of girls coming out with new icks unlocked. So this is where I'm giving you guys the revenge to do it on the girls.
So what's an ick for us?
Yes.
Oh boy.
An ick.
Sensitive stomping grounds here.
I don't really think about how many things I don't like about what people do.
I've broken up with girls over mix.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Shark. Go ahead, Shark.
You lead that. You lead
Yeah,
that.
you lead that.
You lead that.
I almost can't be too specific because I feel like the girl would know. And if she just happens to follow Sacred, which like, I think like some of them might, I could not say that. Like I would feel so bad. But
Is it like is it like a warranted
Shark,
ick or
Shark.
is it stupid?
Fuck it.
yeah, I mean, okay, I had like I had like a kissy noise one, where like every time I'd walk out into like a hallway, I would be met with like a little like every time. And by the second time, from time 2 to 400 that happened, I was like slowly pulling my hair out. And I think that's what instigated the end of that relationship. This is back in 2020. So.
Let me think.
I was like, I remember that.
I gotta think.
Yeah, I gotta think on that.
Oh, it's like a whole list, guys. Come on. You haven't just like.
I hate when people want to eat outside and it's hot. I gotta say that gets me.
That's completely understandable for Texas.
I have that's
Especially right
if
now.
we're gonna be like if these icks are as petty as that type of stuff, that's the type of thing like that gets me. It's like I'll argue with someone like, why are we eating outside? Like it's a beautiful day.
Pouring sweat, your hands are sticky.
Exactly,
Like, what the fuck?
exactly. I want to eat with. I rather prefer to eat with air conditioned conditions, so I could focus on the food, not have to like wipe my sweat and eat.
nature.
You know what I mean? But yeah.
What about people who drink water? Is that an ick?
I don't judge just because I don't drink water as much as everyone else does. I don't
Can we dive into that?
Poke, would you date somebody who didn't
drink water.
drink juice? No, only drink water.
I don't judge. I don't judge if people drink water or juice or anything like that. Y'all think that there is no water in juice? There is.
Okay, so for the audience, y'all don't know. My good friend David, y'all have heard his podcast. Guy's so smart, but he doesn't drink water.
I don't drink. I don't know. This is the way I see it. Water is like on this. There's a spectrum, right, of taste. In my opinion, water is on one end of the spectrum. Lemonade juice is on the other end, right? And so in my mind, I don't wake up every day like I guess normal people might and say, "Oh, I want to have an amazing glass of water." It's not me. There's a lack of taste for me. If I'm dehydrated in a desert for 2 days, yes, water is gonna taste incredible when I get to it. But in the morning when I'm just running on regular routine, I want to have something that is refreshing that tastes good. That's just me.
So what about diabetes?
Yeah, I'm very healthy when it comes to that stuff. Like I'm very balanced. I think the composition of my body has adapted to metabolize in such a way that I'm healthy. Or else, you'd see me with swollen legs, or I'd have missing digits.
Wait, okay.
I have early signs of diabetes. I do not.
People can have diabetes.
Yeah. No, I'm saying when I say
She's a
swollen legs.
nutritionist.
No. I'm saying that I'd have early
You would
signs
have
of
signs.
diabetes. You'd be able to know.
That's true. So, how
blood
much
pressure.
water do you drink
Yeah.
a day on average?
I retain water from the juice that I
No, but how much actual water do you drink on every day on average? I'm just curious.
Water by itself?
Yeah.
If I'm at the gym, I go to the gym every day, so I'll take a couple sips because I never really bring any actual drinks with me. But I prefer to honestly get like a Powerade and put water in it as I'm drinking it. That's pretty much it.
Wow.
It's probably like 2-3 liters a day through your juice consumption.
Closer to
Yeah.
right, closer, Shark.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
How's that?
That's perfect.
that's
Yeah.
2-3 liters a day.
Just turn your mic so that it's like angled toward you. Yeah, that's
Gotcha.
better.
Yeah, how's that?
It actually is better when we
That's
hold it.
perfect. It's perfect. Just
Back to Icks.
back to Icks. You got one.
Oh, there's so many, man. Come on, we gotta
I want to hear
round robin
sharks.
this.
I want to hear sharks because that was a good one.
Oh, if you just get pissed off if I like accidentally hurt you a little bit by being like really like flamboyant with my movements. So there's one girl I dated and I happened to like step on her toe.
I'll edit that out.
I stepped on her toe. She freaks out. I think it was like a broken pinky toe, and I was like, "Look, I get that you have like a
A
state."
broken pinky toe and she overreacted.
I get that you have.
Actually, bro.
Yeah, it broke.
Damn, bro.
Shark. That
feel
is not
upset.
okay. That is not an Ick.
And I was like, I get that you have like a state track meet coming up in the next week.
Damn, bro.
But like, I have feelings too. Like, I'm sorry.
All right. That is an ick.
Okay.
His response to a broken pinky toe is an ick.
Absolutely.
You're about to discredit your whole
Yeah,
podcast.
that's one of those. Hey, that's one of those things where your friend's explaining something and you know they're wrong and you're like, oh shit, that's not actually. I don't actually
It's like,
agree
what
with
did
you,
you
bro.
No, I actually felt pretty bad about that. I was like, she was she had like a really, really important track meet, and I broke her pinky toe like the week before.
Damn, Shark.
Did she win?
Yeah, she got like second place. She qualified.
She probably would have
Wait,
got first.
she
Yeah,
actually-
but she tore my ass up
She probably would have got first.
until that. So
You gotta stop wearing those steel-toed boots, bro.
bro, literally. Yeah, maybe I'm the ick. I don't know. Guys who wear steel-toe boots without
She probably would have got
guys like
first.
that. You like
With shorts
with
in Costa Rica.
yeah.
My boy Chris was gunning for you, man.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You guys have icks. I mean, like, you ever just like dang, it was going so well until you did that one. Just
People that try and like hack, or not hack, but try and share like Netflix accounts and just get your own. not share. No. Let me reiterate what I mean. I don't mean share with your counterpart. I mean someone that has always tried to use other people's Netflix accounts.
Yeah, that's me.
That's really? You've never had your own Netflix account?
I actually just got my own Netflix account maybe 3 weeks to a month ago.
That's wild.
But like,
bro.
if you weren't really close to the person and they're like asking for your account,
So this is
Oh,
what I
asking
mean.
for
This
your
is-
account?
No, this is what I mean. I mean like someone that has like literally always used someone else's account. Have y'all never met
that's
anyone
an
that's done
ick.
that? That's an ick to me. Like doesn't have their own Hulu account, doesn't have their own Netflix.
it goes deep sometimes too. It's like this is like
Yeah, it's just
somebody
like
I knew 6 years ago.
So the level of resourcefulness, but at the same time, it's like, damn, if you had it, would you share with them? And you kind of wonder, like, it's almost, I don't know. It's just that's an ick to me, bro. It's just using. It's like being that resourceful is kind of. It gets to a point where it's like, damn, are you really that frugal?
I mean, I guess I am. No, but I have my own Netflix account now. And,
Doesn't it feel good?
feels great.
It hurts him inside.
Yeah, it kind of hurts me a little bit inside. No, I always had my mom. She always had a Netflix account, so I shared it with her.
Gotcha.
And then Netflix.
Michelle's like,
She's like, mama's boy.
Michelle's like, that's 2 Icks in one. Nailed double.
No. But so Netflix actually cracked down on it, and it started.
As they should, bro.
It started asking, "Are you traveling right now? This isn't the normal account the normal place you log in."
Yeah.
Representative of Netflix.
As they should.
Yeah, I barely watch Netflix.
Another ick.
Oh, I feel like an ick is when someone like believes in like the Illuminati and like all that
Conspiracy
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's
What's that?
that's actually a big pet peeve.
What's that big one that came up with Trump? The one that Nelson's in. You know what I'm talking about?
Wait, what do you mean? Like the title of it?
Huh?
The title of it? What do you mean?
They're a group of people.
Not the reptilians.
They think about I think that has something to do with it.
Like Scientology?
Bro, you remember Nelson who owes us money?
No. Yeah.
Nelson who owes us money. You hear this shit?
Nelson, you owe us money.
That was wild. No, I was really like I've never been like so angry at someone that I don't know how to explain it, bro.
I want to find you.
That was just so frustrating.
What about,
It's almost like we had to save like a member of our race. Oh my God, bro.
while you look at that up, what about girls who believe in zodiac signs?
QAnon.
Oh, Q people. Yeah, that's wild.
QAnon.
Zodiac, I don't really trip about that. I don't follow that too much, but like when I hear about zodiac signs, for the most part, it's actually strikingly accurate at times. So it's just kind of one of those things where it's like,
I agree it's accurate at times, but there's levels to it. So
Yeah,
at
yeah.
surface level, I feel like, yeah, it's cool. It's
but
it's fun.
don't
It's
live
fun
your
to talk
life by
But
it.
when it's like, yeah, my moon rising, sun setting,
Yeah, exactly.
whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
There are literally apps that like if you tell me like what time were you born? Whenever your birthday is, what time you're born, I
Yeah.
put in my birthday and what time I'm born, and it like compares to see if we're compatible and we're
See,
gonna make
that's
it.
what I mean by like when it goes too far, like don't live your life by it. Like I don't think you should be like, oh, you're this, you're not gonna work. I don't think that. Give someone a fair shake.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Give someone a fair shake. In my opinion, but like I said, it is at times it's like skeptically accurate. Like it's like, damn, I kind of am that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I can't remember what my readings are on that type of stuff, but I just remember the last time someone told me about it. I was like, I can't say that I disagree with the characterization of some of that.
I got an ick. Girls who feel entitled for you to buy them a drink when you just met.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's like
I hate that shit.
it's like a toll tag. It's like, what do you?
I honestly
Pay to
think
play.
that. I'll be honest. I honestly think that is a mindset. I've realized like when you go to maybe you could speak to this, but like what I've realized like for example the lake, on the lake boats, Austin girls are always like, hey, can I get on a boat? Can I get onto the bro? When Dallas and Houston girls come to Austin, they just rent their own boat. I don't know what it is, but there's a completely different mindset. Is that how? I mean, are Houston and are Dallas girls different than like Austin girls? Because when it comes to like that, like what you're saying, like
Make sure the
buy me a
mic's still by
drink,
your mouth.
buy me a drink or whatever, like kind of just like not necessarily finessing, but having the entitlement of like, just buy me a drink because I'm pretty or something. Like you know what I mean? That mindset is that. Have you seen that like from Austin and Dallas girls? Is that different?
Different? No, I mean, I don't know. I got a pretty unique experience there where I get more drinks bought for me than I do really buy for girls. But I will say I can respect it because it's like if it's kind of like a mannerism, it's like opening the door for them as well. Like if you're in a place where, or if they're in a place where they can at least like hold their own in a relationship and they kind of just expect that they can at least get a nice gesture of somebody buying a drink for them and that means something to them to where they'll open up a bit more. I think it's fair game. I
No,
mean,
don't
this
get
is
me
what I'm
wrong.
talking about. This is what I'm talking-
Volunteering
I'm gonna
is
give you-
fine.
I'm going to give you an example.
Oh, like,
I see what you're telling me. I know exactly.
I'm
I
going
know
to give you
what
an
you're saying.
example.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
You
Maybe I
meet
missed the-
you meet a girl. Hey, what's up? My name is blah blah blah. And second thing out of her mouth, you want to buy me a drink?
Yeah.
When I met Michelle, we had a great conversation, and we just kept talking. Then I offered to buy her a drink.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Volunteering is completely different.
But when it's like, are you going to buy me a drink?
Yeah.
It's like, I want to be able to make that decision.
Correct. Yeah. I agree with that.
I would buy her the nastiest drink on that menu. It would be triple Jack Coke, no ice.
Hey, y'all can't be playing around in Dallas, bro. I remember when I went to Dallas, I went to, I can't remember what that place is called. That expensive town. I forgot what it's called. Uptown? And then,
Oh my God.
bro.
3 tequila shots.
I was there with Daniel, and he had just graduated, and there was like 10 of us, and I was getting around to tequila shots, bro. Mind you, coming from Austin, 8 shots, and I look at the receipt, it's like $130. I was like,
Oh
what?
my God.
Oh, they'll
What?
get you, bro. Yeah, some of those
Doesn't
cups
make any sense.
yeah,
It didn't
Dallas.
make any sense, bro. You do that in Austin, it's like, oh, you're almost thinking that they forgot to add the drinks because of how cheap it is. When you go to Dallas, it's like the complete opposite. But yeah, that was one experience that I've had. I couldn't buy people drinks like that on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
Bro, that's ridiculous. That was
People say
ridiculous.
that Dallas has like a much more of a drinking culture to it.
It does.
I think it's because that's all we can afford to do out there because all the drinks are so
That
expensive.
shit's crazy, bro. That was insane.
All right, I have one last ick, and then we can move on. When someone chews with their mouth open,
Oh, yeah.
that's it.
Yeah,
it's
that's
over.
true.
The reason I didn't even think about that for a woman is because I haven't met a woman that does that yet. But
So is it only a guy thing?
You know?
I'm sure girls do it. But I haven't met them.
I wouldn't necessarily say just with their mouth open, but when there's a lot of noise. Because I used to do that when I was younger. And I didn't realize how annoying it was until I heard someone else do it. But like when there's just like a lot of noise, that gets me. That gets me. Especially when it's something good. Like when they're eating something really, really good, it's like, you don't have it. It's like, all right, I got to end this conversation.
My dad's a salesman, and so he would before he hired someone, he would take them out to eat, and if they chewed with their mouth open, he wouldn't hire them because
Oh, wow.
in a responsibility for the job, they would have to take out customers.
Gotcha.
And so to get business and stuff.
Wait, to do what? Like what? Is he in like medical sales or what?
The pool industry.
Okay. And so you're saying that they'd have to like wine and dine customers?
Yes.
To land the customers or to just continue the
Just
relationship?
to continue the relationship,
Okay,
but if
gotcha.
you chewed with your mouth open, it's not appealing to
I
customers.
gotcha.
So it's just interesting. My brother used to.
You got any more videos? Or if anyone wants to bring anything up.
I think we should talk about the conspiracy stuff.
Oh,
The
yeah.
QAnon stuff?
I don't
Not
know
not
much
the
about
not
it.
the QAnon in particular, but just the nature of
Of people who fall into this
the
trap.
people that fall into that. Because what I've realized is just that for the most part, obviously this isn't like a one size fits all type of scenario, but I think from COVID on, what I've realized is a lot of the people that are easily falling into these conspiracy theories are people that, from my perspective or from their perspective, are living a difficult life where they can't introspectively say, my life is difficult because of the decisions I made. They want to look outward and point at external factors that make it such that this is why I couldn't be successful in this job or this job. And then they want to go in the conspiracy route to kind of create this invisible barrier as to why they haven't achieved this level of success to a degree. That's what I've realized. For most of the people that I realize have jumped in the conspiracy. Again, there are rich people that I know that are conspiracy theorists too. But I mean, if we're gonna talk like someone like Rogan, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't be talking about all that stuff if he wasn't getting paid for it. But
No, I think he kind of believes it.
Here's the thing. I actually talked about that with my brother, and low key, it's like, okay, a lot of people when they're like radio personalities, podcasts, whatever, like there is an incentive for them to reach into the non-norm type of conversations, right? For hits, ratings, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's like, okay, Rogan has amassed this much success. If he really believes in these conspiracies, let's see how he's investing his money. And that would really tell you if he really does believe it. Because if there's no money behind any of that type of stuff, it's just all for...
Well, I know that he was a big proponent of the moon landing being faked. So he's had a ton of people on about that. And he really, really used to believe that the moon landing was fake. And I'm pretty sure he's since changed his opinion.
So he doesn't believe that anymore.
He doesn't believe it anymore. But he definitely was taking a deep dive, having all types of people on. But I believe I've heard him say, like, yeah, I don't believe it anymore. I think the moon landing was real. But I don't know if it was real. Is it real? Could be fake.
There's a lot of, I'll be honest, there's a lot of
kind of fake.
No, there's a lot of facts from both sides.
Looks like
But
a
I
Disney
mean,
Channel movie.
the whole QAnon situation where like people are like drinking people's blood, and it's like, all right, bro, you really believe
Butt
that type of stuff? Like, no, like people
blood,
drink like baby blood, like kids' blood.
But
and
it's even
like, come on.
the Epstein, like people think they're like the children that they sacrificed were for aliens and not child
See,
molestation. So it's like,
And the other thing I've realized about conspiracy theories that's interesting is that like all you have to do is really make one slight connection.
That is what I was going to bring up.
bro. If you can make one connecting dot, bro, then that's like, oh, the government trying to get you to wear masks so they can do X, Y, and Z. You make one slight connection, then they just connect all these other dots. That's all you need to do, bro.
Conspiracies always start with a little bit of truth. Absolutely.
A little bit of truth,
And it just blossoms from
Absolutely. If you can make some connection, you can have the masses just believe it. And I think that's what we found that was scary during COVID when everyone was not locked in, but when everyone was like subject to what they were seeing online and had so much time to spend on YouTube, which is where all these videos like really kind of spread. You saw like the populations just really deep dive into like rabbit holes.
Yeah.
Rabbit holes.
I think that's when Nelson got caught.
He was lost. He's so lost with that stuff, bro. I don't even.
I was just watching Tiger King.
So, bro, he's so deep that like no amount of logic. That's the other thing, bro. The one thing I think we need to be grateful for as a country is that like the people that are gullible. Imagine if ISIS got them.
it's scary.
It could be worse. That's why I'm kind of like, you know what?
Blind believers.
You believe that these Democrats are sucking kids' blood? The lesser of two evils. That's fine. Because if ISIS got you, you'd be like, because I know someone that knew someone that actually where they went overseas and literally completely estranged their family, and ISIS had got to them.
Really?
Yeah, living a different life, completely hidden life. So imagine if there was propaganda that got to these people like that. It could have been people. There's people that could have been so gullible and they gone in a different direction.
It happened with the Holocaust.
Yeah, exactly. There's some people that are militant.
Like, he convinced thousands of people to murder like Jews.
Oh, you're saying the actual Holocaust?
Yeah, like the propaganda and stuff. Like at the end of the day,
Yeah.
when you can re-engineer the fabric of people's perspectives, like situations like that, then I mean, every one out of whatever percentage, you'll find someone that's willing to kill. And so when you know people can become militant, like when the whole like January 6th situation happened, we're literally sitting there seeing people storm like a government protected building. That in and of itself is wild. So it's like, out of the bunch, there are people that are willing to do crazy things if it comes to it. So you just kind of got to be weary of that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I have you have something to say?
I was gonna say that January 6th thing. It's if there's like a certain group of people who are ignored for so long, they will eventually crack.
Yeah,
It comes out in
exactly.
ways that are like it compounds to the entire audience.
Exactly.
and somebody who might relate like 25% of the way will still hop in on that because they're like, you know what? Yeah, I've been feeling this way for 6 months now.
Absolutely.
When you see 500 batshit crazy people leading the way, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, there's
jump
people
on
literally
train.
that like were like, I would have never done that in normal scenarios or in that normal situation, but they saw it happen and it just
Momentum.
emulated.
A
Yeah,
group, yeah.
exactly. That group think is very powerful.
Shark, your mic sounds great, by the way.
Yeah, is it really?
Yeah, your new mic.
Is this the new mic I bought?
Yeah, the one that Poku has.
Oh, that's beautiful.
No, but I actually have a question for you guys on all this.
Yeah.
So, would we agree that QAnon is a cult?
I don't really know what that is. So can you explain?
Okay, well,
it's just so bizarre.
It's
You
so
don't even know
bizarre.
where to start.
Okay.
You don't
Is
even know
there
where to
like
start.
a clip we can play? Like a
Oh
trailer?
man, there's
Yeah, let me see if I can
there's
find
a
something.
lot.
Let me see if I can find something.
It's so bizarre. It's just
Is
it almost is. It is so from a person that is not a skeptical person. It's entertainment. You know what I mean? Like for so someone like me that's like I'm more so like logic. I'll follow this if you can tie logic to it. And then I'll do some research and connect those dots, right? But people that are just like so gullible that they're like, dude, did you see that video? And now my whole 30 years I've been alive have been completely changed. So to them it's like they're reinviting a new doctrine to take over their mind. But to someone like us, it'd be like entertainment. But it's so interesting that it makes you even want to deep dive and go into a rabbit hole. So imagine someone that's gullible, how far they go, and it's just entertainment for us.
You know what's crazy? I'm trying to look up like QAnon explained, and it's not even. They're trying not to let it pop up on websites.
You probably don't
It's
want
probably for the
people
better,
to-
bro. To be honest, I
my
hate-
God,
I
yeah.
hate that there's censorship, but it's probably for the better, honestly. Because honestly, bro, there's just so it's a bad time for what's going on with Trump right now. It's just a bad time.
It's not on TikTok, but I see it on.
You should go on YouTube.
I see it on YouTube. I see
It's
it on-
resurging on Twitter if you want the real stuff.
I see it on YouTube.
That's
YouTube, I can play directly to
it's
the TV.
wild. Well, basically, okay, I'll explain the lower level.
Oh, this thing's screwed up.
No.
But basically,
What is this?
basically, Michelle, it is people that believe that there is a higher world order of like Democrats.
I'm about to pull it up, bro. If you
Okay.
You're out. All right, bro.
Where are you about to go? Alex.
All right,
brother.
QAnon.
So it's like do they believe in the Illuminati?
What is QAnon? You've probably heard this term, but you know what it means and why it even
Is it loud
matters?
enough for you guys?
Yeah, I can hear.
The QAnon conspiracy theory is nuts, so we're gonna break it down for you. Start the timer. QAnon believers think the world, but especially the United States, is controlled by a secret, powerful organization, the Deep State, and that Trump became president to stop it. Surprise, surprise, this began on 4chan with an anonymous user called Q, who claimed to be a government insider with Q-level security clearance. In October 2017, Q began posting intel drops, often referred to as breadcrumbs or even just drops. These posts are often incomprehensible because they're filled with abbreviations, cryptic references, and jargon. QAnon followers use these crumbs to try and decipher what new super secret intel Q is trying to pass along. And that's why many of them refer to themselves as bakers. The conclusions QAnon followers have come to are straight up wild. They believe Trump and Mueller are working together to arrest a legion of corrupt, child molesting elites. These arrests are the storm that followers are awaiting. Some followers also believe JFK Jr. is alive and will reveal himself this July 4th. Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. Hillary Clinton was executed. Survey says no. Kim Jong-un is a CIA asset. That's gonna be a no from me, dog. There's no evidence for any of this. And a lot of Q's predictions about important dates and events have turned out to be totally wrong.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about
QAnon
too.
started as a fringe theory online, but it's becoming more common to see people with Q signs at Trump rallies. And some QAnon believers are even facing jail time for actions taken in pursuit of this theory. Listen, we all love a good riddle, but anonymous internet users on anonymous message boards are not exactly a source of reliable information. And if you have to tie yourself in knots to figure out what some cryptic clues mean, chances are there was nothing there in the first place. Have you got a specific Q breadcrumb you want us to debunk? Just leave it in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe. That's your episode of Trackback.
He kind of left out
Go
the
ahead.
children's side of it, didn't he?
I don't know, bro. I don't. You probably know more about it than
So
I do.
the-
Go ahead.
There's a
Wait, David, how much have you deep dived this?
like I know what 4chan is. I know all that stuff. So that's what I'm saying, though. On the entertainment side, it's entertaining. It's super entertaining. That's the only reason I know about this. But like he left out, unless I missed it.
That's
he
what they
left,
get you.
He left. I know. That's
It's so entertaining, but then one dot connects.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine if I was a gullible person, I would be like an advocate of it. But so the thing that's interesting about it is that there's a thing called adrenochrome, and it's produced when you are a child and in fear. And so they believe that there's like this deep state of Democrats, political higher ups that are amassing children and getting this adrenochrome and killing kids. Yeah, so when you hear a story like that, it's just kind of like, wait, y'all believe all of that in that? It's weird, right? So the thing that's interesting, though, about specifically Q and conspiracy theorists is the dates. Every time, like, for example, people believe that Trump was going to go back into
Presidency.
be president.
That's what we bet on.
Yeah, exactly. So we bet Nelson on that he wouldn't pay up. But the thing is, like, every single time they move this envelope, so to speak, of like dates, these promises, the people on Telegram are always like given a message from this mysterious. I think it's the little kid that's like a gamer. Honestly, I honestly think it's the little kid that's a gamer, But yeah, they keep making these promises. Every time this promise or this special date doesn't happen, they keep there's a justification as to why that didn't happen. Remember Y2K? Oh, everyone's gonna lose power. That's a great example. I don't know if y'all remember that. It's a great example of like when you're told something and you're like, oh my God, we prepared for it and blah blah blah, and then it doesn't happen. It's like, all right, cool. I'm no longer gonna put faith into just massive groupthink of stupidity.
Yeah.
And so
Without fact.
you think people abandon it. There are some that do. You think people abandon it when it's like, okay, they've made 8 promises and literally not one of them have been. But then they make slight connection as to why these 3 dots didn't happen on this day. And then the people are drawn back in. That's what's so frustrating.
It's like you take 100 shots and you miss, but you make one.
Exactly. And all they need is that one to draw them back in. But it is what also is interesting, and I implore everyone to do this, like people that are watching this, go see the people that are QAnon followers that abandon the idea after, because there are some logical people. There was this mathematician that literally was like, I stopped believing because I realized all this stuff was like fake and there was no logical explanation as to why this didn't happen. Once you hear the stories of the people that actually come forward about how they tell you how like shamed they are from their friends. Like, man, I lost friends because of how like passionately I believed this stupidity, and I didn't realize it was stupidity until I left it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's a good story.
What do you think about it, Shark? Did you have any people that?
No,
Shark wants to move on to a different convo.
Yeah.
I can already tell.
No, I was just looking up. I was looking up more about them, and this QAnon stuff's crazy. There's like a whole like subreddit with like 250,000 people saying QAnon casualties. Like if you were a loved one, need support because they've been just red pilled the out of by YouTube Shorts. Like to come get your support. And it's like, my wife has been watching so much red pill stuff that she now like wants to
Yeah, that's just crazy.
quit her job and like become like
That's so crazy. This information age has been so amazing, but so detrimental to people who don't have logic.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
I actually see why they're all concerned about like all like the school kids who now are just getting access to their iPhones. I was like, oh, maybe they can have like some kind of level of control, but they are getting fed anything. Like it takes like one wrong click. Like we always joke about this in group chats about what we send in there. But like it takes one wrong click for a kid's feed to just explode.
Yeah.
With the like bad stuff. So
God.
Yeah. We need to have in school just a class that teaches you how to deal with social media.
Yeah.
No.
It's necessary. Yeah, it's such a big part of our lives now. Yeah.
Just logical research. Like, don't just take one person's account as fact. You know what I mean? Go in.
I'm just talking about for the kids because we're millennials. We have the best of both worlds. We didn't grow up with it.
That is true.
So we kind of built up a logic without it. That's all they've ever known. So
that's true. Some people are getting their news straight from social media.
It can be dangerous.
I mean, I think it's just dangerous alone on like bullying and self-comparisons, like especially as a female.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
looking at all these girls and how they're dressed and like you seeing their life and then you're like, I don't look like that.
Yeah.
And at a young age, it instills so much like insecurities in them. So I think
that's true.
being able to handle that alone.
Yeah, because when you hear about like the middle school age kids committing suicide, it's like, what?
Yeah.
That was never a thing back in our time. That was never not from like social media bullying and stuff. You'd never that wasn't a thing like when we were growing up.
We
but like
did have some ruthless things though.
but not on internet. Not like cyberbullying.
Did you guys have Formspring?
Right.
No.
Hot take.
We had AIM.
You never had Formspring where it was this anonymous website that your classmates, if I made an account, you could go on my profile and write something anonymous, and like people were ruthless on that.
I think we talked about that. I didn't have.
I didn't. We didn't.
I didn't mess with that.
My middle school had that.
That's
and, like,
wild.
People would like look at their phone and just start bursting in tears because someone left like a brutal like message. But my time was.
That's
what town was this?
crazy.
That sounds like giving like middle schoolers unlimited access.
I've never even heard anything close to that. And when I was growing up, not even slightly. That's insane.
Yeah, we had in college we had Yik Yak.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Yik Yak?
Yik Yak was balling. Yeah. That was a whole. I have not heard that in such a long time. But yeah, it came in hot.
Yeah,
it came in hot.
Was that before Facebook?
After.
No, it was like 2-3 years ago. Well, as early as because
I've never heard of
2013, 2014.
I've never heard of
It was
Yik Yak.
after Facebook.
And so
Yik Yak?
I say in college
Yeah.
is when I was running my party bus business and I was
got
in and trying to
canceled.
promote our business on Yik Yak. But they had some crazy stuff on
It
that
got
thing.
canceled though.
Yeah, I think because people were just it's all anonymous, right?
Yeah, it's all anonymous.
Yeah.
that was tearing up communities. Like
Yeah.
people were getting messed up with Yik Yak.
Well, because each college had their own Yik Yak.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, Yik Yak, San Marcos. I can't believe you missed the wave, David. We were there at the same time.
I've never heard of that until now, bro. Deadass, I've never heard about that.
We used it to actually promote some parties.
Got you.
Yeah, but you used Facebook. You did some granny stuff.
String of abuse and racial threats on college campuses. Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude, and they like abuse like the viral marketing thing. Like somebody would post something so egregious on there and put on like their story, and then like 1,000 people would see it, and they'd all download Yik Yak.
Holy.
Yeah.
And so you just had some random people.
Yeah, it got shut down.
Yeah, I got
You
you.
got shut down.
Yeah, it sounds like it was homeland security threats, bro.
People was like,
People were making bomb threats and shit. Like, if you can't, like, if the site's not gonna take the time to like censor this stuff, it's gonna create a breeding ground for like terrorism. You know what I mean?
why did Vine get shut down?
I don't know.
I thought Vine got acquired.
Well, Vine became Musical.ly, which is now TikTok. Right? Isn't that how it went?
I know Musical.ly was TikTok.
Musical.ly became TikTok. No, maybe Vine got shut down, then Musical.ly got created, and then Musical.ly became TikTok.
But did Vine get canceled for like sharing information or something?
I don't think it was profitable. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, Twitter actually owned Vine.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Vine
they
got
shut it down in
acquired.
2017 because it just wasn't killing.
It was
okay,
profitable.
gotcha.
But they should have kept it because that's basically TikTok.
TikTok, yeah.
Yeah, they were 3 years too late.
Was Vine
Too early, I guess.
anonymous or no?
No.
Twitterly?
Vine, you have an account.
You had an account on Vine.
Yeah.
Yeah, an
Yeah,
account.
it was funny.
Yeah, but all the Vine people, they moved over to like Instagram and YouTube and stuff, and like
Still made
they're
it.
killing
The
it.
age of vertical video. The age of vertical video.
Yeah, I think Vine was Square.
It was Square.
Square videos.
Was it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Vertical video killed Vine.
Yeah, you could just slide on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So with all this conspiracy stuff, the question that I was actually trying to ask when I asked if you think it's a cult, do y'all think religion is a cult?
If it's a religion that's not what, so the definition of a cult is that there's a big part of their belief system that people will think is like just really offbeat. Like the commonly minded person would see that and be like, that's not right. And so not like the main religions, but there's I think like what 3,000 different religions. There's a really good portion
I
of
think
that.
it's like more like 70,000.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I think.
bet an eye at that, but
Actually,
Let's actually define cult. Let's define cult.
Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking about. That's why I got that number. It's
That's
like
actually a
it's like
great
an
question.
Insane amount of religions.
Because I used to, when I was president of my fraternity, right? People would always say that fraternities were cults, but I was like, okay, the one thing that separated us apart was that we weren't like oddballs. Like the one definition I think that's there is that most people would see that and be like, that's not right.
Yeah, you're right.
What's the definition?
The definition basically is what he says: a relatively small group of people having religious beliefs or practices regarded to as strange or sinister. So it's like something that would kind of be taboo through. Like, there's a majority of people that would say that like that doesn't really.
So because
not really normal.
So guys, because masses have adopted Hinduism, Christianity.
Yeah, not a cult.
Not cults.
Yeah.
But so okay.
But there's like some extreme levels of like Mormonism. Where like that's a cult.
But and
You
then
think Mormonism's a cult?
I don't know enough about it to comment on
here's
that.
the thing. A cult in a varying degree can be perspective based, right? Because to you, someone's religion or someone's beliefs, if they're like doing lamb sacrifices, that's weird to us, right? But that's normal to them. So it's kind of perspective if you really think about it.
Perspective, even when it comes to what time frame it takes place, because lamb sacrifices probably used to be the norm.
That's what I'm saying.
And
yeah.
the majority used to believe in that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
true. That's
well,
true.
it's huge in Muslim culture too. I was in Pakistan.
That's
and
true.
They were doing lamb sacrifices for the halal meat all the time.
It reminds me of that Netflix show of with the family incest that like kept going, that cult.
Wait, family incest.
We watched it.
It was on Netflix?
The Whitakers?
Yeah, the Whitakers? I know the Whitakers.
The dude that's barking.
No way. What is this show? Tell me about that.
That was a rabbit.
Don't laugh.
That was
It's
a rabbit hole.
so
bro.
bad.
That was a
It's
rabbit hole.
so messed
I
up.
found that out before
It's so
anyone,
messed
before
up.
that got popular online, bro. I found that out and was showing my
Wait,
friends. I was like,
dude.
"Yo, have y'all seen these mountain people?"
Wait, this
and
is
now
like-
Joe Rogan did an interview on it, and bro, I swear I found that out.
People bark.
There's this family in Virginia.
I'm going to pull it up.
And they live in the mountains. It's the most. You don't even know how they survived as long as they survived. But the family all had an incestual relationship. The son
might be what we're
weird
talking
shit.
about.
Maybe maybe it sounds like it's something different. She'd know if I'm talking about
It was
a man
just
that's
like-
barking.
The guy, they thought the guy was God and he could have sex with
Oh, I
like,
know what you're talking
everyone.
about. You're talking about the
I've seen
Indian,
that.
the Indian dude that had like he got people to give up their houses and he told them where to live and who they could marry.
About the one in Waco.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was an amazing story on Netflix.
That one in Waco was crazy.
What is
But,
that?
like, those
He has like
are
a magical
cults,
name.
right?
What's
That's
his
a
name?
cult. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a cult.
And they all went down.
My friend actually was in a cult. Her dad ran the cult. It's the weirdest thing, bro. I was so fascinated. She doesn't like to talk about it, but I mean, you know how I am, bro. I'm like asking a million questions, and like literally,
did she
she's like,
say?
"Bro, I don't. That's not like a part of my life where I want to talk about it." But she tried to convince her and her sister to leave. She was the only one that would leave. her sister wanted to stay because her dad like was brainwashing her.
Crazy.
But bro, like lawyers, doctors,
Really?
gave them like he controlled all of them. The houses, everything, bro. It was the weirdest shit to do. The dude was in San Marcos too.
Wow.
It's weird, bro. I was like, you should write a book. She was like, bro, I don't know why you keep pushing on this. It's not a part of my life. I want to talk about it. She's like completely like repressed the memory.
Forget.
Yeah, it's weird, but she doesn't understand how fascinating that is to like to someone like us. That's like a very fascinating. Like you were a daughter of a dude that ran a cult. Like I was asking a million questions.
In her
Yeah, I get that. Immense.
She's not reliving that.
Immense. Yeah, I get
Yeah,
that for
yeah.
sure. I asked, like, I got disrespectful too, and I was like, "Fuck it." No, I was like,
Probing, dude.
I was like, because the girls went to Texas State the same time we did. So I asked the other sister, and I was like, "Can you tell me about this shit?"
The one in the cult?
the one that supported it. And it's funny because they all had this like mental state of blackout where they're like, I don't even know why she didn't know why she supported it until after. She didn't even know she understood why the sister was trying to get them to run away, but that's how bad it got. She couldn't see a life without their dad. The mom got away, everything. But the dude amassed an immense amount of wealth because he was able to control everyone's finances. It was the weirdest shit, bro. Like how do you control a doctor and a lawyer and these people went to college for years? How did you like make them turn into like fucking drones? It's the weirdest shit this is the weirdest story I've ever heard. But I told her she should write a book or do some sort of biopic or something. Because it's just that type of stuff is just so fascinating to me, bro.
I mean, the mindset behind it is very interesting. That's kind of why I wanted to, if I were to ever go back to college, I would study psychology because that is extremely interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
I think what's even more interesting is like serial killer minds.
Ooh, I love serial killers. No, I don't love serial killers. I love serial killers.
I like watching the interviews of the.
Yeah.
I just watched one like 2 days ago. I'll send you all the link. It was one of the craziest. The dude's like 140 IQ, and he's a psychopath. And they're doing an interview because he killed his sister when he was like 14 years old, or like almost actually 10 or 8. And you're talking to him when he's 30 years old, and he's about to get parole and get out, and they think he's gonna kill the mom, and the mom's like still there supporting him. But the dude is just every question you ask him, bro, he's like 7 steps ahead of you.
Like no emotion too.
You know,
Is this on
emotion.
Netflix?
No, it's on YouTube. They have like it's like 8 different interviews. I literally just saw it like 2 days ago. It's crazy shit, bro. And they're like, he's 140 IQ. So when like they're like giving all the precautions, they're like, yo, he's gonna be talking to you behind glass because of how smart he is. It's weird, bro. It's like, have you seen the movie Glass?
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's weird. Like they take all the precautions as if the dude is gonna be able to, in some way, in the time that he's interviewing for the hour, break out. Like literally, and they only allow him for 1 hour. He's only able to talk to someone for 1 hour because he starts to catch on to how to manipulate the person that he's talking to.
He's going on parole.
Yeah, he's about to make parole. So they even think that he was so smart as a kid that he killed his sister because they would try him as a juvenile and he'd have a chance to get free later on in life. They think he thought that far. I don't know if he did or not, but it's when I'm telling you, bro, when you see this, it's so fucking fascinating, bro. The dude is a genius, and every single response he gives, you're literally like, how could you be thinking like that far ahead in your responses? Like, he's literally a genius. So I agree with you. The whole serial killing thing is fascinating to me.
Can I
absolutely?
Can I switch directions for this conversation though?
Yeah.
So, we are sitting here with 2 people who have amazing businesses.
Very quick switch.
Yeah. Very quick switch.
For the clips.
Yeah. No. I think my audience would really like to understand. And you actually, Michelle's also starting a very amazing business. You actually have a business I've never heard anything like it before. Your business is going to be a photographer that gets the bride fit before her wedding. Let's actually have you talk about that.
Yeah, that's actually good.
Okay. So my company is Fit to Be Wed Photography. I have been a personal trainer for probably 8-9 years. Just got into photography. It's always been a passion of mine. So I train brides to feel sexy and confident in their dress. And with that relationship that I'm building, I'm able to capture your special day. So we have a team of personal trainers, team of photographers that really just care about the bride. And we go as far as if your groom, like the groom wants to be trained, we have male personal trainers that will help them out along the way. But it's really about living a healthier life because obviously the wedding is just a day, right?
Yeah.
So it's this one big day that you want to feel great in, but we leave you with like lifetime habits to be healthy. So it's not just a one-time thing, like, you know, you gain all the weight right back after the wedding. It's no. The wedding is your end date, but it doesn't end there. Like, that's your goal, to get to the wedding and feel good, but it continues on after the wedding.
Gotcha.
I love that. And I actually want to segue this into Shark, because Shark is great at building businesses, building marketing plans. How would you promote that if she was in your Rainmaker Shark program?
Rainmaker Shark mode, right? So first of all, I think that's an amazing idea because you're selling the big three things you want to sell if you're a coach is relationships, wealth, or time management, right? So you're actually hitting two of those with relationships and time, and it's pretty crazy. You're transforming wedding couples, and you're giving them an entire health redo, an entire makeover, and you're building them into what's going to be a healthier marriage. It's not just like one little photo shoot. It's not just one training program. It's like here's how you and your partner go into your wedding as a more health conscious couple, which is going to last hopefully their entire life. So first of all, that story right there, you know, you want to really hammer that in as your main thing. It's like you're not selling just a program. This is like a lifestyle transformation, and there's so much value in that. I know, like my sister's getting married pretty soon. Actually, her engagement party's tomorrow, but she's already looking at wedding photographers. But something like that would be a package I know she would love to get on the same page with her diet and her fitness as her fiance, who they're going to be living together now. They're going to start a family together. Having all those things aligned is a fundamental thing that I think not a lot of newlywed couples think about. It's a really cool package. But just really putting it out there is the first thing. You know, you need eyeballs. And I think there's obviously a massive, massive market for that. And if you position it as something that is selling a transformation to these people, that's going to be a lot longer than just like 12-week, 16-week program. I mean, you'd kill.
Yeah.
That is a wide open market. And if you have the expertise, which you're a nutritionist and a PT, and you're passionate about brides, and you understand their vision of who they want to be, then you just drop your knowledge on that nonstop, and I bet you could get so many clients, right? But
How much
really
does she
cool
charge for
idea.
something like this?
Okay, so here's the question you ask yourself, right? This is what I would ask. If there was a magic pill that I could take that would put me and my future bride on the same page, fitness-wise, mental health-wise, diet-wise, whatever you decide to incorporate, right? How much would that pill be worth to me?
I think a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'd pay a lot of money.
Figure that out and then add what wedding photographers get paid, and then you have the answer right there.
Yeah, I mean, like I'd pay. I mean, it depends on who they are as a person, right? But I already know people who are spending $7-8K on a wedding photography package. So I'd probably pay $15-20 if I got an entire plan, some dedicated support, some one-on-one customized templates. Like, hey, this is what will work for you and your body and your diet. I mean, 6 months before the wedding, you can even do it like that. 6 months before, you know, maybe $2,500 a month before that, and then just be there one-on-one, hold them accountable, do your thing as a PT, and you can make I'm in the coaching business, right? And so it's really important that you know how to get a result, and then you can sell that result, because that's genuinely life-changing, right? And so that's what I would do, is I would charge, I mean, the money, you can charge anything you want, but with a package that has that much influence on somebody's life, is like I know for me, like I always joke about having a really big wedding where I want to ride in on elephants and spend like $100K there. So why wouldn't I spend $20K on the actual relationship part of being of a wedding, right?
You're right, and I think it actually, I didn't even think about it. It really does bring the couple closer together if they're doing it as a team.
Yeah.
So it's really
Yeah, it's like
great.
almost like a whole, like you said, the lifestyle transformation, but it's almost like adding a whole entire level of vows to, you know what I mean, to like the life promise that you guys are walking into.
And if you think about like blood, sweat, and tears, like your partner pushes you to do better, and then you guys can just have this journey leading up to the wedding. And I was listening to a podcast the other day. It was actually a gym podcast, and they brought in like a relationship coach, and they were just talking about how if one person like wants to lose weight and the other person doesn't, it won't work. Like the relationship will always fail because one doesn't want to change while the other one wants to grow. So if you can think of like your fiance or the person that you care the most growing with you leading up to the wedding, like I just think that there's so much to offer and learn within a couple.
I think that there's value there. As long as it's whatever the time period is to create a effective habit, as long as it's longer than that, I guess, time period, then the value there is incredible. Because if you're changing them to be healthier in general, then it's like you're just leaving them a healthier lifestyle in general. You know
and
what I mean?
then when they look back on the photos, they'll see it all again. Like they can view the photos as more than just, oh, it's my wedding day. It's like, no, this is when I changed.
And I was only ever hitting on, that's
deep.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
super deep.
That's deep.
And I only hit on the first pain point of relationship. There's still time that you're solving too. And what David just said, it's really like wedding planning is probably going to be one of the most stressful times in that couple's, life, honestly, up until they have kids and more stuff like that. But as a new couple, that's probably one of the most invested they're going to be, especially with each other. And you're installing a lifelong habit in them when they are going to be the most stressed and the most busy. So the rest of their life, it's going to feel very easy. I mean, how many people do you know that are like, oh, I'll just start fitness when I have some more time?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you're never going to start because you got to start it when you're busy because you're always going to be busy and busier. And so if you're doing that from the start, I mean, that's just another avenue to really grow that. So, you have the Rainmaker stamp of approval.
But I mean, that's a really good point too, like about being under stress, adding fitness on top of your plate.
Yeah,
Like,
because
that's a
it's a
great
necessity,
point.
and you could drill it in as a bare minimum. And if you could break their limiting beliefs that they have of, I just don't have enough time, you make the time for them. They see themselves do it for 12 weeks. That person for the rest of their life will say, I at least now have proof to myself that I can. Yeah, that I can be in the most busy season of my life at the time, and you'll be ready to rip.
Yeah.
I just had an Inception podcast idea from this.
Hit it.
We bring in people who are starting businesses, and Rainmaker Shark breaks it down and provides ideas. And we put together 30 clips from that podcast every time because I see like 10 clips, literally you breaking it down, and boom, you have this to promote your business right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like a framework.
I do it. It's like I have my life coach. She's super interested in this as well. She's gonna be one of the first Rainmakers.
Yeah.
But she was asking me like, okay, like what do I do? What's like? Give me a quick breakdown, right? And I was like, first of all, you're not niche down enough. Like, newlyweds is great. You're niche down, right? But she's helping everybody with her mental health. But I'm like, well, who are you? Like, what has she done? That's really helpful. And she is an aspiring founder who fixed her own mental health, her own fitness, and she started a life coach company. So I was like, what if you just niche down to, instead of everybody, what if you help people like you and me, aspiring founders and CEOs, and that's your niche. And so now her niche isn't just, I'm a life coach. It's, I help aspiring founders and CEOs help do their goal by improving their mental health or by installing that system into them. And now all of a sudden, your client base goes from all your followers to CEOs, people who will pay you racks to get help, like a performance fee almost. Like if you're a chief of sales somewhere and you increase your sales 10% because your time management got better, you can pay that to her.
Absolutely.
And that could be like a $100,000 a year client versus a $200 an hour session.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy. It's just, even with video, I've been shooting the same stuff, but because I've changed my clientele, instead of getting paid $1,000 for it, I got paid $15,000 for it. Different clientele, same video.
Yeah. Rule number 6 of Rainmakers is the riches are in the niches.
Yeah.
To say niche, but apparently it's niche too. But
Yeah.
the riches are in the niche.
Who said that first? It sounds familiar.
Dude, it's been nothing's new under the sun, brother. It's been said in every marketing book in the world.
Because when you target everyone, you target no one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have no specialized knowledge. Like people pay for the specialized knowledge. Like Michelle, if you give your program away for free for like 5 people and you get 5 killer testimonials, you could sell that thing to freaking anybody.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
And it's like the thing is right now, I have the wedding photography because I've shot some weddings and I've been personal training. So I have transformation photos, but it's just like that in between. Like I don't have that one person who has gone all the way through. So I have both, but now it's that I need that one person to just really believe.
Yeah, and you can bootstrap that. You start that now. Like, go find somebody who's getting married. I'll recommend my sister to you, and just be like, "Hey, I'm running this. Let's try it out," and then make it up as long as you go. Because you can plan all you want, but you're not gonna get started with it until you have a client.
Right.
So you get a
Exactly.
client first, and then you make the course.
And you already have your foot in the door because they need photography. So there's a need.
That's a
Exactly.
crazy good avenue.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
They
It's like you
need
already have a pain point.
And she's actually an amazing photographer.
Yeah,
There
for
we
sure.
go.
Only
For
gonna
sure.
get better.
for sure.
Yeah. So,
No cap there.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
but I actually like that idea. That's what I'm gonna do for a lot of my content. Is like
Yeah.
if I owned this business, this is what I would do.
This is
Just
how I
have my
started.
followers
That's a
comment what
great
business they
idea.
have.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And just show them a game
That's a
plan.
great
Yeah.
idea.
Thank you for that idea. That's a good
Of
one.
course.
We'll see you
Of
tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're in content mode.
Absolutely.
That is a good
Yeah.
idea.
That's what I would do.
What are you finding that is the hardest? You said that you haven't got someone to go all the way through it. I mean, are you when you get a wedding client, is your goal to get them to do photography whether they do that program or not?
Well, of course, like I'm very open to either or, personal training or photography, say if they have someone else in mind. But of course, for me, I'm never going to be one on selling you if you don't think I'm a good fit.
Gotcha.
So for me, I want you to like my style of editing on my photos. I want you to like my photos. I want you to like who I am as a person, because building that relationship while training, you need that relationship. If you don't have trust in me as a trainer, you're not going to trust me. So for me, it's not really even selling people, like whether it's not, for me, it's not about if they choose me. It's like, I want you to be a good fit. Like I want to be a good fit for you.
Yeah.
And so with that, I would be more than happy to be your photographer or your personal trainer. But of course, I want to be both because I want to build that relationship that really pushes you to be a better person and to grow and live a healthier life at the end of the day.
Yeah. I'm gonna actually interject and talk about the real bottleneck too.
Yeah. Oh.
The real what?
The real
The real
bottleneck.
bottleneck.
What's the real bottleneck?
Go ahead.
So Michelle has been working with a photographer as a second shooter, and that's how I found out. Dang, she takes amazing photos. I'm like, I don't even know how to edit colors like she does.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what? I've been doing this a long time, and the bottleneck is all the photos that she gets from these weddings. She cannot post it on her social media. So she has all these great photos that she can only show on her website, but not post to social media directly. So
Why is that?
Because go ahead, Tyler.
So he has his own editing style, and with social media, so many things can go viral. So if the client sees it and they want that photo that I edited, he doesn't have access to that, and he has to reach out to me, but it's kind of like undermining what he did, because if they liked my photo better, because I'm working under his company when
her
I'm
edits are
shooting
better.
these.
I have a lot of
Her
opinions on
edits
this.
are my better, in my opinion.
And also,
That's touchy.
it can steal clients, because if she's like, hey, this second shooter, or I like her editing better, go to her and not him.
Yeah, so I think you kind of did that to yourself then. Like, if you're working for this guy, you're under his guidance and his authority. So it's like, you got some really good experience, and if that's really what he said, then don't undermine that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's something you stepped
Absolutely.
into, but you can accept that and then move on. It's like, okay, it's like, where do I go from here now, right? You need to start getting your own clients. And you're trying to, you have a business owner skill set, but right now you're still an employee. And so you kind of have to go by those guidelines. But the best part about being a business owner is that you can just rip it. It's your swagger, your style the whole way through.
Yeah, when you're ready.
But you got to get there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's just the advertising part of like being like I'm ready for those clients, but I can't showcase my work with the amount of reach.
Well, let me ask you.
Well, how are you currently showcasing it? Or how are you currently just telling people about your work?
See, that's the thing. I haven't really done that, if I'm going to be completely honest with
Well, hold on.
myself.
So let me ask you this. Off record, by the way. This has to be off record. This part.
Okay.
Does there now compete?
No.
You're sure?
I never signed anything.
Oh, in that case, you can just do whatever you want.
Yeah, but it's
But you can. But you can take. Okay, back on. So you can take your own clients. So you can take your own clients.
gonna
Like
keep
if
this
you get
on.
your own clients, you
Yes.
get your own clients.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's a good. I mean, that in a sense is a good scenario because it's almost like she has an incubator, right? So she can get the work and the reps in.
Yeah,
on
and that-
one
I
side.
think that's what's been great
And then
about
she
it.
has the ability to advertise the only. Yeah, you're right. It is a bottleneck because it's like if all the work she's putting in here can't be advertised here, what does she advertise?
It's only if you click my website, you can see all the photos.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So with that bottleneck,
You have to stage photography.
you can still make it work.
I don't even think it's a bottleneck. I mean, I think there's 100 different ways to market yourself without ever posting a photo. Like I've all my marketing for myself, I have not once posted a construction job or posted about my course.
Yeah, but this is a glamorous industry, so they need that.
I think Shark's right.
I think
Shark's
photography
right.
from a photography standpoint, you do need that.
Well,
you do need
I
she
agree with
she
David.
could still market it and literally use a clip from this podcast and then still link it to her website, which they can click and see her photos.
Yeah, if you're interested, do this.
I'll give you an example though. If you go to Austin wedding photography groups, that's not how the consumer
We're not talking
life
about the
cycle.
groups.
I know. I'm just saying. If you look at how people get their wedding photographers on social, it's not done exactly like what you're saying. I do see where you're coming from,
Mike.
but my bad. I do see where you're coming from, but you almost have to see how in that particular vertical people are acquiring their photographers to know how to
They
work.
have to see that she's good.
For sure.
But they can see on her website. She just needs to direct people to her website, and she doesn't need to
That's true.
post her photos in order to do
Yeah,
that.
and that's like so this is a common thing in the space. It's an agency versus a coaching perspective. If you're an agency that you're only doing wedding photography, yeah, you're gonna need some photos out there. That's probably gonna be the main way you post because that's how you get people. But you're a coach. You're selling a lot more than just photos. So like you don't need them at all. Honestly, like you can sell the program, sell transformation, and just go as. And if somebody wants to see, oh, what kind of photos do you take? Website. But I guarantee you, like maybe like 10 out of every 100 people would be like, I want to see your whole portfolio before I do this. Before they at least engage with you.
That's
But at that
true.
point, they're
Yeah,
engaging with
that's
you. And
true.
just send them a link. Like,
That is true. I think at the end of the day, you do get intrigued by something, and then you ask for that individual's portfolio or breadth of work to be able to finally consider.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm hoping the spin with personal training and photography draws them in, like without that full
yeah.
like photo view.
And that's what's going to separate you. Like the reason that you're charging 20K versus 4K is because you have that unique perspective where you're almost creating your own niche. And so you can charge whatever you want. But if you just post your photos and try to go that route, you're competing against, I don't know, 15,000 Texas photography businesses.
You heard that? Rainmaker Shark said 20K.
Yeah, I would be like, honestly, I'd be like, if you know that you're getting married and your engagement is more than like 6 months away, 6-month program, 2K a month, and just rip it with them.
Six
That includes-
months
that
is
includes,
so
like-
much time.
That includes the whole entire like meal systems and all that stuff.
Customized nutrition plan, customized workouts. Like we work around your injuries, like your time. If you tell me I can only give you 3 days a week I can work out, bet. Like that's easy. Like we can cater it to your schedule. So we're not adding extra stress, but you have to put in that work.
Gotcha.
Yeah, which if you do it earlier on in the weddings like planning process, these people have some massive budgets.
Yeah.
And you could even, once you get more testimonials, you can even start niching down more and being like only working with people who have a wedding budget of over $100,000 because they're investing 15% of it into, and that's probably a couple million people a year. Like, I mean, like huge audience.
And here's the thing. a lot of people, everyone wants to lose weight, but people who actually invest, they tend to lose weight more. They tend to have a better, what's the word I'm looking for?
Commitment, bro.
Yeah, they commit.
Yeah,
they commit.
for sure.
That's a very real. It's at every level of the game too. If you have a $10 Planet Fitness membership versus a $500 Equinox membership, who's gonna get better results, right?
Yeah.
If you have a $200 a week personal trainer or a $15,000 personal trainer who helps you with your wedding stuff, you're gonna get better clients who pay you more, who are willing to put in the work, who will actually listen to you and trust your process, and then you get better testimonials because you're not working with a bunch of scrubs who, $200, I can blow that on tequila shots.
And the beauty about your business is that the nature of it is that people are committing to weddings so far in advance. Like, for example, a lot of the clients that I deal with have weddings in 2024.
2 years.
Yeah. Almost, yeah. And they've already booked the venue. They've already booked. So it's almost like you have an easier conversation because you know the wedding's going to happen. It's all about, look, what plan can we create that works for both of you, that between now and then we can make work. And that's kind of what it's going to be
You're
about.
not coming to me a month and like you're like, oh, my wedding's next month,
Yeah,
and I'm
exactly.
not going to push fat burners
Exactly.
and all these things that aren't good for you to just so you can drop weight. So it's
And if I could hit on one more thing,
Yeah.
it's going to be really good for your mindset too, because when you get into like the really niche down coaching spaces, there's no competition. So any scarcity or any comparison mindset you might have about yourself goes out the fucking goes out the window because
You can cuss, bro.
because there's only a certain amount of people that would only listen to you. Like your story and your testimonial is what makes your coaching so good, and so no one can compete. And so that's what like really helps me in my business was like there's people that I can reach. I was talking to Sacred about this. There's people that Sacred could reach that I could never reach. There's a bunch of Indian guys that would love to listen to me and have me break all their limiting beliefs, but Sacred could never reach them. You know, in the same way that applies, if you know what I'm saying. If you're picking up what I'm putting down here. But it's going to be a very real thing in the coaching space.
Yeah,
too,
people like to see people that look like them doing what they want to do, regardless of whether they know it consciously or not.
Well, yeah, and I feel like my company is for like all the scale of are you overweight, are you underweight, do you want to put on some more weight? Like I've battled eating disorders like my whole life. So it's like I know what it feels like to be on that extreme, and it's like to build muscle. So it's not just if you want to lose weight, it's just do you want to feel confident and sexy in your dress, and do you want pictures that will last you a lifetime?
And video.
That's a clip. That's a clip that you put on Instagram. You spend $1,000 boosting, and you get 500 brides to follow you. You DM all of them, and you sell like 50 of them. And there you go. You're set for the next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's that easy, actually. Simple, not easy.
Yeah.
It takes you X amount of time to get those skills, but once you get them.
But yeah, this is also another reason why I wanted to do this podcast, because I know we all are, experts in our spaces, and we're going to be able to clip this stuff down and boost each other's social media, Yeah. But so speaking of that, let's do another redirect.
Hit it. Moderator.
Bobby Altorf. Altorf? You know what I'm talking about?
Concrete's her son's name. Daughter's name?
Bobby Alton.
Bobby.
The one with Drake?
Yeah, the one who interviewed Drake and...
She unfollowed Drake or something. There was like a bunch of drama.
Oh, the girl.
But she
Was this a
started,
good segue? Should it, yeah, it's bad
I don't know what
segue.
Bobby Alton.
Let's go back. Let's go back to something of something.
Did she interview Mark Cuban too?
Yeah, she did. Just like she's some comedian. Yeah. Yeah. She's just like this old comedian who just shot her shot.
What I will bring.
TikTok.
What's up?
She started off as like a mom on TikTok, and then
I don't know where she started. She came out of
She
nowhere.
seems
But
pretty young.
But I'll say one thing.
25,
I'll
two
say
kids.
one thing, and then we can segue somewhere else.
Yeah.
In Costa Rica, believe it or not, she came up and wait, you sent me a video.
Yeah.
You sent me. I watched the whole thing of Tyga. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. You want to know?
Tyga?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was interviewing Tyga. And I'm like, this is the most awkward thing I've ever seen. But I guess she does it on purpose.
It's a comedy skit.
But is it?
Yeah. Yeah. She said it on live TV before. It's like a comedy personality that she goes into.
Okay, well, my thought process on that is like, if this girl can do this, I can do this.
Yeah, but you know how she did it was she just freaking asked. She just asked. I think the first guy was Funny Marco. She asked, "Will you be on my podcast?"
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah," and she made it happen like very fast.
Immediately.
Like she went out. To
Ready,
go meet
fire,
him.
aim.
Ready,
Did she
fire, aim,
have
baby.
a lot
Fire, aim.
of following like before
I think
that?
she was known, so she
Yeah,
had
she was-
some kind of
I think-
leverage, for sure.
Was she a stand-up comedian?
Yeah, that's what I believe. I could be wrong, but I believe she had a comedy background that wasn't like really all that crazy.
Gotcha.
But she was a mom on TikTok, and so she just had like this mom like comedy thing on TikTok going for her, and so she decided to be funny to interview like a rapper
Gotcha.
and just be like a total mom with them. So
But you, with your following right now, like, how does it feel with the constant, like, building and more people following you and following you? Like, how do you feel that can benefit, like, your podcast and your business? And, like, just how do you feel in general with just gaining more, like, eyes?
I mean, I think it could help my podcast exponentially, and it actually has. I mean, well, this guy right here has the #1 viewed podcast on the Sacred Thomas podcast.
yeah, bro.
Shout out to Shark for
Also the most recent one. You've gotten a lot of followers since, but thank you. A pleasure.
No, I mean, but what we talked about, you dropped a lot of knowledge. But
Yeah. That was good.
but I think it's absolutely amazing. Right now, the goal is to just build, and just amass a huge audience. And I'm doing this podcast because, one, I want to interview interesting people such as yourselves and have fun and just have great conversations. It doesn't have to be that deep. I kind of am taking the Joe Rogan approach. Let's just chill, talk about it. But on the flip side, I also want to interview people that I can learn from, like Shark, like David, like Jeff Jenkins, like Tom Bilyeu eventually.
Yeah.
So
Speak it into existence.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and the main like concept behind that is like they call it delaying the ask. And the bigger the runway, the larger the plane that can take off in terms of your following base. And so the literal example of this is like The Rock. The Rock has like an Instagram following of like 350 million people. And the second he launched his tequila brand, $4 billion. Because he waited that long to drop his offer. So he spent 20 years being a wrestler, an actor, a singer, whatever he did, fitness guy. And then the second he was ready to make an offer, $4 billion tequila brand out of nowhere, Terramana. And so that's the concept. It's like, if you don't know what you're going to sell yet, if you have a brand of a million people, 2 million people who are going to listen to you, you just keep delaying that ask until you're ready. Same thing with Conor McGregor. You know, he built his brand as a shit talker, dropped a whiskey, $2 billion whiskey.
yeah, and this is why I always tell you,
You know what I'm saying?
this will eventually make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will eventually make sense.
And so like, yeah, if you treat it like a 10, 15 year play, you're guaranteed millionaire. It's just, you got to put in the patience for 10 years.
Yeah, I think anyone that's creating content it's always going to. I mean, there's always going to be a use for it. You might not see a use for it today, tomorrow, next year, but ultimately, anyone that's creating a lot of content, there's going to be value there. It's just a matter of time in essence. I mean, you've seen what social media has grown into. So,
Well, think about it like this. There is value in attention. It used to be TV. Now it's really gone on to social media and YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. We're taking away from that attention from TV. All that money that's being funneled into TV, it's now being funneled into social media. And that's why you see all these influencers that are millionaires that are making more than rappers, football players, basketball players. It's insane. So I think growing social media is definitely the right move.
Yeah, I think if you don't already have something that's working for you that you can scale out, social media you're probably the next best bet.
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
Like David, I know you're not too big on social media, but you have the truck companies, the food trucks.
Yeah. Well,
And the
I'm
event
good.
planning.
I'm good with email marketing.
Yeah, or email yeah. Okay.
I can get the. I can get the. I
Well,
can
if you
get
can
the.
email, I didn't know that. Yeah.
How big's your email list?
75,000 people.
It's like 62,000. That's pretty big.
That's pretty big.
It's a hot list.
Genius,
Yeah.
though.
You can do some damage with that list, man. You probably do some damage with that list.
It's an Austin-based list, right?
It's Austin based, yeah.
That is wild.
That's awesome.
But that's what happened with the CMT awards. Like they reached out. They always do. The dude that runs that contracted me for the Woody Awards, and then now the CMT Awards is coming to Austin every year. So there's always companies that are trying to do blasts.
Yeah.
Right. Whether it be social media blast or email blast, but anytime, like you said, anytime someone can steer attention, there's value there.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how much are you willing to pay for it, and how much that client's budget has.
Yeah.
If you can figure out those two things, the marriage of those two things is how you monetize that stuff. So
I do want to ask you a question
I
of
like questions.
what are you fearful? Like, are you afraid? Like, what are you afraid most of while like building your business?
Are you want to ask me if I'm afraid of like fame or something?
No,
Or just in general?
Just like in general, like
Are you afraid of fame?
Yeah, are you afraid of fame?
I'm not afraid, but so I don't know if I'm ever gonna be a Philip Michael Thomas. I don't know. We'll see. But what am I afraid of with building this social media? I do have an imposter syndrome. I do sometimes have limiting beliefs, and we dove into that in Costa Rica. There's now millions of people who at some point look up to me and what I say. And sometimes I just look at myself, I'm a regular dude, And, I think even like celebrities have imposter syndrome, but it's something that I consciously know that I can have, and I have to consciously tell myself, no, I mean, what you're talking about is real. It's actually helping people, and, leaning on that. Yeah.
I do have to commend you on, like, people speak about relationships and then they offer one-on-one coaching when they don't have any license. So, like, I do commend you on, like, not pretending to be a coach when you're not. And I think that's super important in this, like, generation.
Yeah. There's also a lot of people that have tried to do that online that have.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a wave. There's definitely a wave of people that have seen a lot of success speaking about relationships, and then boom, here's my phone number. I'm going to charge you $1,000 for 30 minutes. There might be a point where I'll do that. I don't really see it. Like, I don't know. But if I were to ever do it, I would definitely want to have the right qualifications to do it. So right now, what I'm actually trying to do is I'm working on partnering up with a company that actually does have the qualifications, so I can actually send them to a resource that is professional.
Nice.
Because I do have a lot of people reaching out that I really, really wish that I could help, but I don't know if I'm that guy right now. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What's up, Shark?
No, that was beautifully said.
Yeah, I was like, that's a clip.
Clip alert. Yeah. But you have a power where you can be that. We were talking about this on the way here, but you can start that first domino for somebody that they can take advantage of how they feel.
Yeah.
You can take responsibility for it and change it.
Yeah. Like I started that domino with Alex Hormozy with you, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't realize until today that I sent you the first Alex Hormozy video.
Yeah,
man.
almost like 7 or 8 months ago. Hormozy, man, he's my idol. Let me talk about him for a sec. He is like
You need some water?
Yeah.
He's just one of like the best, probably one of the best current day marketers of our generation.
Okay.
So like the really old guys, like the Warren Buffetts, the Dean Graziosis, the Grant Cardones, when they were in their primes, they were killing the game, right? And he's kind of like our generation's version of that. So he's launched 3 different companies. He's built them all to $50 million plus. He's known as like the $100 million man. He's done it all by bootstrapping his journey, and he recorded all of it. He started off in the gym industry, built his 6 gyms, but was like not profitable. And then he eventually built like a licensing program called Gym Launch, where he would teach. Like he had this claim where he could launch a gym and have it completely full in the first month.
Oh, wow.
Because his paid advertising was that good, which it is. And so he just basically sold that model. That's actually what we built our concrete coaching company off of. It's like a step-by-step of that. But he's just the god tier marketer, and he's now written 2 books that are in the top 10 on Amazon organically right now, which is crazy. It beats the rom-coms. It's like Atomic Habits, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and then $100 million leads, which is insane. Gosh. But he just had like a live book launch event. 500,000 people RSVP'd to it. Sold like 100,000 copies, and so he's like the thought leader in marketing online right now.
You follow Gary Vee too?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Where do you?
Hey, change your mic, Poku.
Where do you put them?
There you go.
Probably neck and neck.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, probably neck and neck. I mean, I think Gary Vee's a lot wealthier, but Hormozy's more of a thought leader.
Gotcha.
Like I think Gary Vee's strategy will work. Hormozy's is just tailored more towards service businesses, and Gary Vee's more towards like the e-commerce world of just mass content, mass media.
What's his name again?
Alex Hormozy.
Alex.
We'll send you some stuff, David.
Yeah,
I think you really
I will
like
actually give you
Alex
a copy of his book. I ordered 13 of them. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I got
New
you.
one?
He's committed.
I ordered 13 copies of $100 Million Leads.
Shark is committed.
I use
Just
his
to
knowledge.
share with your team.
Hopefully,
Just
this,
to
hopefully
share with
this-
you guys.
Hopefully, this clip goes viral so he can meet him.
I'm clipping this. Yeah, Hormones, I'm coming for you, man.
Speak it into existence.
Yeah, no, I talk about it a lot, but he's been one of my idols for a long time. My goal is to get my company acquired by him because he runs acquisition.com. So what he does is his mission is to give business education for free to everybody. And then his long-term play is when you get to a company that makes $1 million a year in profit, you go to him, he'll become a minority investor, and he'll use his systems to scale you even further, 50, 100 mil.
Nice.
So he's a monster. And he's a G. He's shredded.
Yeah.
He's been on TRT for some time now, but he's shredded. He's a monster.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about TRT, steroids, all that. Should we do it? Should we not?
TRT. Okay, so ironically, the two guys I look up to the most, two of my mentors, are both 31 and 33, and they both started TRT, and they both love it. So
what is TRT?
it's testosterone replacement therapy, and it gets to a point where when your testosterone starts declining after you're 21, 22. You start losing energy and you're not as active or fit anymore. And I think it's a rich guy thing, but you basically can replace your hormones.
It's not that expensive.
It's not that expensive, right?
No, it's not.
But you can basically replace your hormones and feel like you were in your 20s.
Have you tried it?
No, absolutely not.
Have y'all tried it?
It won't.
No, it's literally steroids.
It's literally steroids, bro. Guys.
It's literally
steroids.
Why don't you just say steroids? Why don't you just say
Michelle, your shoulders got a lot bigger recently.
You made it sound like it was this is you know what I mean? This is the over the counter, legit
My voice
healthy
is
stuff.
getting
I mean, it is over the counter. I mean, that's not over the counter. It's prescribed.
Okay, gotcha.
It's prescribed.
Yeah, it's doctor regulated. So that's there's a really safe way to do it where they manage your hormones for you and they'll keep you in check.
Gotcha.
And so I think it's, from what I've read, if you manage it properly, you're chilling. You get another fucking 10 years of prime test.
What do you think, Michelle? You're the nutritionist, personal trainer. You've been in fitness your whole life.
Well, it's hard because I'm also not a dude, so I don't really study testosterone.
No, there's girls that are doing that.
I can see in the NPC, I'm surrounded by girls that do testosterone.
They're going
and
overboard, too.
and all that stuff. Yeah, but that what you're speaking of is a little different than actual Anavar and shooting yourself up in the butt, all this stuff.
Yeah,
It's different, but it's
because the thing
it's safer. It's safer for sure.
It's also pure test. So most people who do steroids, there's 6 different D-ball and Anavar, like she said, Tren.
But once you're on it, you're on it for life, though, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think so. On TRT?
I'm pretty sure you're on.
What do you mean? What happens if you stop?
When you're on, your body stops learning. Your body stops learning how to produce testosterone on its own, and it could be for life, or it could be maybe it's for a year or 2 years. I don't know.
It's a lifelong treatment.
There you go, lifelong.
I just would highly
That's
suggest
crazy.
if you can produce it on your own.
But you can. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's probably the best.
That's probably the best, yeah,
way,
for sure.
regardless.
But the answer, this is what I'm getting off Google. The answer is simple. You can stay on TRT as long as you feel like it's benefiting you. Up to.
That sounds like it'd be crippling though, because if you're on it for years and you stop.
Does it say what would happen if you stop?
Your testosterone would
plummet.
Yeah. So low libido, bad motor.
Yeah,
function.
you gotta do blood work to figure out if
it's right for you.
right for you to stop or even continue. Honestly,
But there's also there's levels to it, right? If you're a 65-year-old man, you're gonna take a lot more than a 30-year-old.
The benefits are gonna outweigh the downfalls. But I'm sure y'all have heard about Cali, right?
Oh, yeah.
That made me think about
Cali
this.
muscle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because he was big. He was big on tests, human growth hormones, and he was just big on that. Now his whole entire, he had a heart attack, and his whole entire mindset is his whole entire message
It's changed.
has changed to healthy. He's the one that has been doing the watermelon challenge too. He's now it's just crazy. You see how that whole thing has completely changed his mind. Where now you see his kids, he's just complete literally 180 as a person. He's not focused on trying to be the swole guy in the gym anymore. He's not trying to eat. He'd be eating 6-7 cheeseburgers just to show you how many calories he needs to be eating. But yeah, his whole message has changed. It's like a healthy, you don't really need the pressures of online, like being the biggest guy in the gym and all that type of stuff. And so yeah, it's a really cool message. That made me think about that when y'all brought that up.
A lot of bodybuilders that go through it like that, they end up switching their message. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I was just gonna say he speaks on that.
Yeah, he literally preaches against ever getting on anything because of what it's done to him.
It can be a very toxic industry.
Yeah, but people abuse it. People abuse TRT. People abuse steroids. People abuse everything. So
yeah. And somebody like Arnold's levels, that's probably abusive levels. Yeah. So he's like, don't mess with me.
Yeah, and you look at all
whatever you can do for that trophy though, right?
Yeah, and you look at all the greats, like what's that black dude's name? Who's like decrepit right now.
Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah, it's like shocking. It really is.
It's hard.
It's like shocking to see that because you create this mindset of like, damn, this dude's like an animal, and like even when he gets older, he's gonna be a beast. But then you realize like, nah, that doing all those reps and that much weight takes a toll on your structure, like straight up. And so it's like the back surgeries, all that has like reversed his life to where he's almost like, I'm not gonna say he's paraplegic, but I mean, you know what I mean? Like, fuck. I'm sure he would trade a lot of what he would be doing to be able to walk before.
Wait.
You know what I'm talking about, Ronnie Coleman? Have you seen Ronnie Coleman?
I don't know.
Record?
So far, I feel like everything should be on record, but go ahead.
Is it like when you...
We're not posting this podcast.
When you park in a handicap spot and you fake your injury?
I'm not faking I'm not faking an injury. I'm fully comfortable talking about this. I'm glad you brought that up because I had this situation happen.
David.
I'm not faking an injury though.
Go ahead, Michelle. What is he like coming out of this car? Because I want to see a pedestrian's perspective, and then I want to hear him explain it.
I'm not faking an injury.
If you do it, I might have to cut it.
I'm not gonna. Y'all act like I'm doing that. No, I'm not faking an injury. I know I'm not handicapped. But when I went to Texas State, I literally, and this is just my mindset of thinking is very different. Like, I'll give you an example. Y'all go somewhere, you see a cone. Most people are like, okay, that cone's there for some reason. I'm the one, I have a mindset of, I guess there's three disciplines of thought, right? There's a person.
Why are you moving?
There's a person that will look at the cone and say, that cone's there for a good reason.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that's a good reason and just not do anything. There's a second person that will question why that cone is there, right? And there's going to be a third discipline of thought of the person that put the cone there. I'm the one that put the cone there. But here's the reason why that is. I've always been the person where I've realized it's better to question things because most people will go throughout their day and say that's there for a reason, not knowing why. And so when I got to Texas State, I asked myself, why are we having to walk up all these hills? Dead ass, bro. Dead ass. What? The first day I got to Texas State, bro. The first day I got to Texas State, I was like, why am I having to go all this elevation, bro? You know what I'm talking about. The library, all the elevation. I was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
And so I figured out a way to get all access parking, which led to handicap placard. And that's the only reason. It's the only reason. It was just to solve that specific problem. That's it.
Are you okay with this going live?
I don't mind.
You have a 62,000 person email list.
I don't mind that, bro. But yeah, that's literally what it was, bro.
Yeah, but it's a good thing that you left that in college, though. You know, it's like you've learned from your ways.
I figured it out. But it was just. I think I went overboard. I think I went overboard with it because I'm still using it. But
I tried to give this man an out.
That was an out. Like 10 years ago, this man an out.
It just goes to show though that question everything.
I respect that part. Yeah.
Question everything.
Just cut it there and walk out.
Make that the intro of the podcast.
Question everything. Question everything.
You heard it, folks.
Y'all heard it first.
Good mindset though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good mindset for sure.
What really applies? You know? Who's actually
But
harmed by this?
apply that mindset with a lot of things, and you'll realize,
Yeah,
like,
I do think that's
You know what I mean?
a good
Yeah.
mindset to think.
it's like, why can't I do this?
Think before you conform. So what do you think?
Why
Are some,
can't I
what do you
do-
think that are some other appropriate things? Because I don't think that's appropriate. What do you think there are some other appropriate things to use that mindset on?
A million things. Funding, equity. Like if someone's like, hey, like for example, I know someone that's raising funding for the app that you're talking about, and they don't want to give up equity. Like the question is, like, look, do you want to take $700,000 and give up this much of your company? Why can't you figure this out on your own and then just get a loan, right? So you have to kind of have the mindset of just questioning, because if you don't question, it doesn't lead to you researching anything of consequence to coming to that answer that might be something that you have to do anyways, but at least you'll know that you did the research. So yeah, I think my mindset is just question it. Like, why can't I be like even when I was clowning you when you initially started photography, you like, why, like the real thought is, why can't I be a photographer?
Yeah.
Why can't I be a DJ? That's all it is.
I think that phrasing of why can't I? Like, why
Yeah,
can't I? Like that.
Yeah, why can't I park wherever?
Super impactful.
Why can't I park wherever I want to
I
park?
took it overboard, man.
Have you? Okay.
Why can't I sit in first class? Why? Like, I didn't pay for the
Why
ticket.
can't I
Why
park
not?
free?
The seat's,
You know,
the seat's
Like,
empty.
think about
I haven't
that shit.
seen anybody
Why
ticket
can't I
those.
fly free? Like that whole mindset will make people question a lot of things, but it also make them find answers that most people will go throughout their entire day and not even question at all. I think that's it.
Why can't I storm the White House? Break the rules.
8 years
You'll
in
get
jail.
somewhere.
Yeah, just every day in the morning, I think it's a good exercise.
Yeah.
Every day in the morning, the most challenging things that you faced that week or that month, that year, ask why can't you do it? And I promise you, within a short amount of time, or maybe it might take you longer, you'll be closer to figuring out why you can't, or getting to why you can't. I think.
Somebody has taken that mindset and they've had to fuck around and find out.
Correct.
Alabama.
Oh yeah.
That's a good segue.
Alabama.
That's actually a really good segue.
When they had to fuck around and find out with that security guard.
riverboat?
It just
Oh my god.
homeboy had to put up the sign.
What's y'all's take on that?
I've never seen the video.
You've never seen the video?
viral
We're pulling it up right now.
Yeah,
We're
we're
putting
gonna
it up
pull
right
it
now.
up.
I just
Wait,
heard.
Shark, for real?
You sent me a
Viral.
good compilation.
Bro, are you serious?
You sent me
No,
the
yeah,
best compilation.
I don't know what I was doing, but I was like, damn. I
Bro,
gotta
it's
see this video,
all
but I
over
kept
social
getting-
media. All over
What?
social
There was, like,
media.
memes
The
for
memes are
it.
insane, bro.
When did it happen?
You
Was it?
sent to
4 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
where did you send it?
In the group chat, probably. The riverboat?
Oh yeah, it's
I gotta see this.
yeah, you have to see it.
I can't believe you haven't.
That's
I've just
bro.
heard so many stories about it. I was like, oh, it's probably just some security guard thing.
No, yeah, this should come up pretty quickly. It was the one with the Batman sign.
The memes, bro. The internet is very creative with these memes, bro.
They're so quick with
So
them.
quick
too.
with
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm curious to.
No, we
Is the
won't.
TV still on?
This is how I am. I usually wait for everybody to react, and then I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and then you fall.
If it gets
You
brought
don't
up
like
again,
fall. You don't fall into the immediate way.
Oh wait, I
Yeah,
just have to look up.
But if it gets brought up again, I'm like, okay, I'll check this out. Like,
Yeah, I got you.
what could this possibly be?
Oh yeah, I found it. This is fucking hilarious.
Wow.
All right, I'm gonna play it. Can't believe you haven't seen
The
this,
dude
Shark.
that swam, bro. Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god, that shit was hilarious.
All right. Is it?
Wait, we have to give Shark a little bit of context
Okay, go ahead.
before we see this video. So there was a situation that was the Whitakers. That was the
That was the
Whitakers.
Whitakers. Yeah.
I swear, Michelle, when you get home, type in the Whitakers.
Yeah, we
Both
never
of y'all.
put
I'll
that.
send y'all. It's the, okay. Oh my god, the wildest shit. So,
Mic in
Shark.
front of you, bro.
in this scenario, basically, there's a riverboat tour. That is one of the boat captains of the company, and they're trying to tell like 5 or 6 white folks that. I have to add race because there's like 6 Caucasian people. There's like 6 Caucasian people. There's like 6 Caucasian people on a boat, and they're parked in the way of where the riverboat has to park. And he's trying to tell them to move, and they're not going to. And it results in almost like a crazy situation where they like start jumping him, even though he's just doing his job. And the people on the boat, it seems like a black-owned company almost. So a lot of the staff is black, and so they come to his aid, bro. And you'll see why this video is polarizing, but also this is like the comic relief side of it. But it's just now you'll have the context to know what's going on. But play it. Play the clip.
Okay, so
I realized Shark gets nothing from that because he hasn't seen the actual clip.
you have to explain the chair.
Oh yeah, the chair.
Wait, what? I saw 2 seconds. What happened? Like that's.
Yeah,
Show me the
I was
clip.
just gonna say
I'm gonna show you the actual clip.
You haven't seen it.
You'll see why that was funny though. After you see this clip, should be like a 3-minute clip. There's so many.
This is a better one. Yeah, this is a better one right here. How do I? Oh, yeah. Okay. Is there a way to airplay this? And if y'all like, if this is going too long, let me know. We can kind of wrap it up pretty soon.
I got nothing to do, brother.
Always go. Come get me.
Okay. You can't just share.
By the way, y'all know the new ERCOT CEO is getting paid more than the previous one.
Which is insane.
Insane.
That's wild.
Why? What has he done to help us?
That's what I'm saying, bro. If you can't regulate this in a hot day, I get the whole ice thing, right? I mean, people shouldn't have died in the comfort of their home, honestly, but like, don't be telling us to conserve energy when it's hot. It's got the weather has to be perfect for y'all to be able to do your job. Oh my God. Why are we deregulated if we can't even control our power grid?
Did you find it?
Yeah, I found it.
The riverboat.
The
riverboat incident of 2023.
All right, here we go. You ready, Shark?
Let's do this.
This should give you more context.
Please, I'm
it's
begging
turning-
at this point.
Apparently, it's turned into like a really big racial thing, actually, for the people there. It's wild. More so than what we think.
We need some popcorn.
Oh, wait, wrong one. Okay, this is it. Unless it plays the same thing again. Yeah, this should break it down pretty quickly.
Guys who parked there were told not to leave it there, and they left it there.
Damn.
So they just attacked him because he asked them to move their boat.
Oh, they're mobbing him.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So our people came to save the day.
They start swinging at him? Yeah.
Where's the chair though?
You're right. This one doesn't show the chair.
Wait, this is crazy.
But this explains this.
Yeah, it gives you more explanation. But so yeah, there was even somebody. It didn't cut to it, but somebody came up with a chair and literally just banged 2 people over the head with WWE style. So like, there's a bunch of memes about it. But
He turned himself in.
Did he?
yeah, but it's turned into
Kind of
a
uncalled
big
for, though.
Yeah.
race thing that I think
And
is
I think he's on
justified.
He took it too wild. He took
He was gonna
it.
get caught.
That's how
Look
group
up,
think works, though. People are just
Can
like,
you look at the
fuck it.
chair scene of this?
You want to see?
People just like fuck it and just go crazy.
The boy used a hat signal.
Okay, let's see.
Oh man.
Where's my?
Oh my god.
I hope the guys are okay. took some
Alabama
beatings?
brawl. Chair. I see it. It types it before I even have to type it.
Oh my god, I forgot I have some funny TikToks.
All right, if you got that, that's great. Let's do that. Let's segue.
Yeah. No chair scene?
No, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm about to play right now.
Breaking news tonight, there has now been a 5th person arrested in connection with the
Who are these people?
brawl.
Weekend's delay. Police say they have wanted to talk with the man seen in videos wielding a folding chair.
That man has been identified as 42-year-old Reggie Ray.
Oh my
Tonight,
God.
Officers confirm he has turned himself in to
This
investigate.
man went wild with that shit, bro. This man
He was booked in the city jail and tonight released on a $300 bond. All this comes after multiple videos surfaced online showing him hitting a man with that folding chair. It was part of the brawl that unfolded after the co-captain of the Harriet II riverboat was initially attacked.
There you go. That's the chair. There was different angles too, but that's what you get for now.
Yeah.
You can do your own research.
No, that's amazing.
But do you think that who do you think was justified in this, David?
What? I don't even think that's debatable, though. To be
Yeah,
honest,
there's no debate.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
mean,
debate. There's no debate.
it's not really debate. I don't
Nothing
think.
like
I
us.
think the chair was a little bit over. You know what I mean? Because he hit the girl with it too, and I was like, that's kind of a little bit of a reach.
Yeah, he did hit
But,
the girl.
yeah,
However,
but-
that was another.
but coming
that
to
was
the
another
guy's
episode
aid-
of Fuck Around and Find Out.
Yeah,
Like,
coming to the guy's aid, I mean, I think that was warranted. It just shows that people can galvanize around, like clearly what is wrong in plain sight. Like even the passengers of the boat were like, it doesn't really take a rocket scientist to realize that this is wrong.
Yeah.
Period.
And honestly, I think we as people, we ever see shit like that, we should always.
I think that should happen always.
Like,
Yeah, I think that should always. That type of scenario should always happen. Like I said, the chair was a little bit over the top, but I think people should be more instinctual to come to people's aid when they're seeing something like that.
Yeah. You want to go ahead and you can play it. You can just airplay it.
I don't know if they're like.
Also, you got to remember, like, there's going to be times where things will become physical.
Yeah.
You just got to be ready for that. Be
Yeah, be
reminded
ready.
of that.
But there's like definitely that extra step of bringing a chair.
That dude that swam was like
He's
considered a hero.
He swam across the coast.
Yeah, he's like semi-famous too.
Really?
Yeah, because I think one of them
Before this or just after?
after. I think one of them lost their job, and so there was a GoFundMe for one of the employees, and they raised a god awful amount of money because they lost their job
Wow.
coming to the dude's aid. Yeah,
Wow. That's amazing.
Proper cause, yeah.
Yeah. So
Good
the
shit,
the
guys.
funny thing about this is like they say they had January 6th, we got August 6th. Because that's what happened.
oh man,
No way.
that shit that's going on with Trump is wild. By the way,
Him
like I'm
getting
thinking people are
arrested.
gonna
The 4
riot.
charges.
I'm thinking people are gonna riot because of that, because of like this, like the mugshots. I'm surprised nothing's happened yet.
Did that just happen?
Yeah, it just happened,
He
bro.
just got indicted
something
for the
happened.
4th time, I believe.
And then Rudy Giuliani's like begging for money because he's got so much debt.
You know where Trump is fucked up? All the people who have dirt on him, he should be paying their lawyer fees and he's not.
Yeah, he's screwed up.
So they're turning and turning and turning and turning and turning. Come on, man. If you run the mob, dog.
Yeah.
But hey, they can. I mean, I'm not a Trump guy, so
There's no
Rowdy lifestyle.
there's no loyalty among Steve, man.
yeah,
They're all trying to bone each other.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
Bone isn't the right word.
yeah. You said bone?
Bone was not the right word
I
there.
just caught that. You got that funny clip?
Oh, they're stupid though. There's not like anything.
Just run it. Just run it.
Just run.
If it's horrendous, we'll call it.
It reminds.
Yeah, well, that
You should pull up. You should pull up the Whitakers though.
It reminds
Y'all
me
will
of-
The only
fucking.
reason why I
Y'all
don't want
be
to pull them up
shocked.
is because I
Okay.
don't want to laugh at the
We're
Whitakers, bro. It's
talking
fucked
about-
up.
Oh no, people.
Ready? We're talking about.
I don't even know what it is. It sounds fucked up.
It's a family that's been incestuous for like generations, I believe. and
Hold on,
they are-
Sacred. You think people are gonna get offended? We're not laughing. Hold on.
You're gonna.
Hold on, Sacred. No, Sacred. That's not really a thing that's entertainment from a laughing standpoint. It's just so bizarre. It's just so bizarre. No, I kid you not.
gonna let her pull this
I don't
up.
think Shark and Michelle are gonna laugh at that. They're just gonna be so shocked that they've never seen anything like that. I guarantee you. I bet you $5 that they won't see it like the way you're thinking.
Okay, can we pull it up and then play yours?
I guarantee you.
Now, just because
It is just so shocking, Shark. I swear, it's just the most shocking thing. One of the most shocking things I've ever seen on the internet.
This was just more about the race, really.
It took me a second to read the caption.
That was in reverse.
He's sticking to a body.
He's having the best night of his life.
Is that like a house party?
Yeah. It's like the neighbor's kid.
The neighbor's kid. It's like he jumped
Did
in
it play
backyard.
twice?
What?
Did it
Yeah.
play twice?
Yeah.
I have so many questions. How did he get there?
I
He
don't
probably
know.
jumped in backyard.
Where are his parents?
Why are they not dancing with him?
The comments are like, man, that kid can never go back to a white party again.
Indoctrinated.
Wait, no, seriously, go to the Whitakers, bro. I promise you. I promise you, bro. I promise
Searching
you.
here on TikTok. See what comes
I
up.
promise you.
Just type in the Whitakers.
I promise you, it's not gonna be like
Since you have
bro.
your screen just
Oh, hey, a Sacred
available
Thomas
already.
clip.
What was it?
It was just on my leg.
I saw a Sacred Thomas clip.
Whitakers? How do you spell it?
T.
Whitaker
Whitaker
family,
family.
that's
Whitaker
6'1".
family.
Yeah, Whitaker family. It's right there.
Be
Which
prepared.
one?
Don't.
Ooh.
Hey,
Any
why-
of them.
All right, Shark. Michelle,
Any
no
of
laughing.
them. Any of them.
The Joe Rogan clip.
This is America's most inbred family. From a small village named Odd.
This is too short. No, you have to play the actual clips.
Twins, John and Henry.
I owe you $5. But look, hold on. Play the actual clip. Play the actual clip. Play the first clip. No, any of the first clips. Look, okay. Wow.
Was it a snake? Oh no. Was it a snake, Jimmy? Was it a snake? Tell me.
Oh.
What is it?
It's wild, huh?
Do they think each other are like they
I
keep
don't
banging
know
each other?
No, they're mutant because it's family.
So they've done
Yes, it's like
But like they think this is a good idea.
This is the word.
They're mutant. You gotta play this clip as it is. They're mutant. Oh my god. She said it like the genetic code changed. No, they're
Isn't that what
just
incest does?
Yes.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I did know that.
mutants. I wouldn't call. I mean, are they
You get, like,
called
webbed
mutants?
feet.
They're
Oh.
I guess they're
I thought you
considered.
said I thought you asked the question. Is this what incest does?
No, but David said that. He was like,
No.
You're acting like the genetic code change. I was like, isn't that what incest does?
Mutants.
It mutates your genes being an infant.
I don't know if that's a political
I think
way
they're
to say
literally
it, but-
mutants.
Oh,
Well, they,
I guess.
okay. Is somebody with mutated genes a mutant?
Yes. Oh, well, no. I mean, they're special needs.
so podcast guests, this is what my life is without all the inspiration. Just letting y'all know.
No, you're right.
Oh yeah, I guess we should.
You're actually right. You're right.
No.
Because
Here,
when you have yeah, I guess when you have the same
Well, what is a
chromosome,
mutant?
you have Down syndrome. So yeah, I guess it is a mutation. But yeah, play some more clips.
This is like the...
This is America's
Not this one.
Why?
The active
Explain what it is.
clips. The active clips.
known to bark, grunt, and
We've
By the
told
way,
them
all
what
these
that
clips
is.
that we play saved because I want to actually play it back on the podcast in the screen.
Okay,
Okay.
but you can't catch us like laughing.
Oh, I'm gonna use it.
I'm laughing my
Why
ass
not?
off.
Joe Rogan talks about it.
Here's the thing.
I kid you
Here's the
not,
thing.
though, Michelle, I found this before before Rogan, all them.
Yeah,
I
they all
was
talk
telling
about
all
it.
my friends. Like,
Here's the
they
thing
didn't
about
understand what I was
laughing. Here's the
saying.
thing about laughing. I already know you guys wouldn't. Literally, if you see somebody who's struggling in front of you, you would never make fun of them. It's
the audience is gonna be offended.
Someone's gonna be offended from this, but I know who you guys are as people. I know who you guys are as people, and the audience cannot look me in the eye and say they have never laughed at a baby fall or some shit like that. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like there's people. Kevin Hart, laugh at my pain. People laugh at people's pain all the time. It's not. It's not politically correct. But
play it.
I just know you guys are good people.
I mean, this is fucking crazy. So
this is insane.
This is like the extreme.
This is bizarre, yo.
You like to watch television, Ray?
Yeah, I thought you did watch TV.
What kind of shows?
I watch TV all the time.
What kind of shows does Ray watch?
I'm gonna throw up.
Any kind of show you put on?
What's your favorite show, Ray?
He loves cowboys.
You like Cowboys, Ray?
I do.
They can't even like speak.
Not during the daytime, but I'll watch TV at night. And I can't.
So I'm actually
Who's
like a little
keeping them
sad.
alive? That's what I want to know.
What? You wake up in the morning,
I'm sorry, I have to ask the question. Who's keeping them alive? Who's cooking?
And
This actually makes me really sad.
Who's
they get this way because they
I'm
can't.
sad because the city, the institutions that are
Save this
there
fucking
should
play.
be taking
Please,
closer care to this.
so I can go back and just play it.
You know what I'm saying?
You said who's taking care of them?
Like the institutions, the government institutions should be.
From what I've
stepping
heard
in.
about it, they do get money from the government, and I think that's how they've been living. But they've been living very poorly. I thought you've watched a lot on this.
I have. I didn't hear that.
But then there's a guy who started actually filming it.
No,
and
he raised money for them.
Yes, and now that's how they also get money. But before that, it was just money from the government. But they're very poor.
He didn't give them all the money, by the way.
Really?
That was one thing that no one ever. Yeah,
Really?
That's actually that's weird about
Dive into that.
whole situation. Yeah, I looked into that, but he. By the way, this guy he interviews interesting people like crackheads.
Yeah, he's the guy who interviews people on Skid Row, right?
Oh yeah, that
Same
too.
guy, same
that
guy,
too,
right?
same guy. Yeah, very in-depth interviews. You're like, yeah, he raised money, got their fixtures on the house and all this stuff, and then I read into it deeper and saw that I guess the money he raises for some of this, he takes a percentage of it, and so they didn't get all the money. But I get that if that's his business, but
Yeah.
people aren't going to take kindly to
I guess
that.
it depends on how much he takes, right?
Can we go through some of the comments on these?
Oh boy. Oh.
Yeah.
Please.
Do it.
What-
Do it.
The first one.
People are shocked, man. It's a shocking thing. You just never think.
So,
But this is a normal thing, by the way, guys.
yeah, pause.
Like
it and
mountain
go to the
people,
comments.
like this
Pause
is
it,
a
pause it, go to
normal
the comments.
scenario. I make the same noise when I see a snake. What the fuck? You're gonna have to edit this in.
Damn, these guys have a lot of support. Yeah, we might need to do some editing here, bro.
Oh shit!
They're quite sweet, actually.
I want to meet the Whitakers so bad. It's funny when the interviewer met the cop. He's like, "Hey, I go around interviewing.
yeah, this comment
I go around
section
interviewing
makes y'all
interesting
feel like
people."
assholes.
I know.
The cop was like, "The next time," because the dude's just a photographer, by the way. He said, "The next time you come here, I'm gonna introduce you to someone, but I need you to bring a camera." And he didn't bring his camera. Literally, the cop takes him to the Whitakers, and he's like, "God damn it, I should have brought my camera."
Yeah.
Comes
see,
back.
That's what I saw,
He
yeah.
comes back, and this is what you got.
This is all like.
Keep scrolling. I want to see one negative opinion.
Why?
I just want to see. If
What do you mean negative? Like,
I guess not negative, but like not just being like I love everything about them. Because this is like
This
so-
actually gives me hope for the world, and it
Me too.
makes.
Yeah, but I've seen some other.
But
videos
Sacred, what?
where
But
people
Sacred,
are
understand.
like,
But no, Sacred. What's sad is that this is like my friend's like, bro. This isn't just Virginia, but he's like, there's people that lives in pockets, mountain people like this all over the world,
Yeah.
and that's what people don't get. I didn't realize that, and that's why I was so shocked and started doing a whole bunch of research because
Yeah,
there's a
that's
lot of
what I
families like this, bro. There's a lot of families like this.
And it's hard because the kids who are born in family incest, it's not their fault.
Yeah, that's very true.
Like this motherfucker's barking, so it's like, you know what I mean? It's of course. Why'd you have to laugh? Why'd you have to laugh right there? Why'd you have to laugh right there? I wasn't gonna make this I wasn't gonna make that a joke. I just meant like that's how fucked up this whole scenario is. You know what I mean? I wasn't making like fun of him barking. I was just saying. She just burst out snickering. I tried to make like a very
at the end of the day, I'm very glad that there's a guy who has raised awareness for this.
Absolutely.
And that has been able to bring them money and improve their way of living.
100%.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like Michelle said, you can't choose to,
be born into that.
Incest in your family.
And they have like 3 dogs. I'm like, who's taking care of the dogs?
Why are you asking these questions, bro?
I'm just wondering. I'm like, when they went into town and Walmart, who's cleaning them?
Bro, you've been overseas. You see how many stray dogs that are alive?
Bro, these dogs look healthier than the people do. I'm sorry.
Their barks are much stronger.
I'm sorry, bro. There's a lot of questions, bro. There's a lot of questions I had to. I'm telling you, this was just like the QAnon thing for me. I did a deep dive into it. I'm like, who's cooking? Who's making breakfast? Who's making lunch? Who's making dinner? Who's making the bed? Who's getting the water from whatever well they're getting it from?
I came into this thinking that they were doing this like intentionally.
Yeah, me too.
If this is like just a demographic, like if they don't know better and they're just being fucking recorded, like
no, they don't know better.
Then I would feel bad if I would support them. Like okay, well, they just don't know any better.
They absolutely are oblivious.
How many are there?
15,000. Okay, never mind.
In the family?
Yeah.
There's like 5 or 6. He breaks down the hierarchy too. And it's funny, the mom's like, no, that's the second cousin. Like she breaks it all down and it's just such like a tangled web.
Why did you say it like that?
And then you know what's crazy?
What was that imitation?
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? When they ask the barking dude like where one of the family members is, he walks over to like a grave. Like they buried the families in the backyard. It's wild.
That is a wild story,
bro. It's wild.
Well, I encourage people to look into this,
and that's crazy because he like understands everything you're saying. He just cannot. Yeah, so he's like, "Hey, where do you guys go to da da da?" He'll like literally walk you to it, understanding fully what you're saying. He just can't. He can't articulate words because he's been living, I guess, with the dog, and he was mimicking the dog as far as communication goes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And we segue into a segment called Exposing Michelle's TikTok feed.
Oh my God.
Start scrolling.
Let's see these videos.
Cats, dogs.
Yeah, you have a lot of good sad boy shit.
Sad boy shit.
All time
I got you.
Wow.
Is that real, man? Oh my gosh.
No, okay.
I was making some churros
Michelle,
jokes.
can you bring up?
That's real.
Can you bring up something that will spawn actual meaningful conversation? You sent me such a
go to your messages with Sacred. I should not do that.
You can't. You sent me so many.
That's real.
Aren't they in your saved or no? You like them. That's what you do.
Bro, what if we just watch?
I don't know if we can just go past that. That was crazy.
Wait, what? Go past what?
Just watch.
I mean, they were just a 150-year-old grandma. I mean, I guess that's what they look like. So they look like.
Why was she on her back?
What do you want to see? I don't know.
I'm saying you have some really good sad boys.
Oh, this is crazy.
Those are all the pills you take in one day.
111, because that's where the data led me. This is how you don't die.
Brian Johnson.
The man who spends $2 million a year to slow down his age.
He's managed to reverse his biological age already
to an 18-year-old.
His kidneys, though, are taking a toll.
The only objective
There's kidney supplements.
Don't die. I've opted into an algorithm that takes better care of me than I can myself. It sounds overwhelming in the beginning, but trust me on this. So my bedtime is at 8:30.
And you had 100% sleep.
4 months straight now.
What?
Not after 8:30.
Alcohol.
3 ounces every morning with breakfast.
For breakfast?
For breakfast. My last meal of the day is at 11 a.m. and every calorie has to fight for its life.
You were very kind in bringing me some food. Presumably this is what you eat.
That's right. If you ask the body, what do you want to eat to be in ideal health? This is the answer that it generated.
That is a mushroom covered in chocolate.
How fun.
Wow, that's crazy.
You never seen this, David? Your father went through, and I was wondering if there's some kind of link there.
Wait, what? What did we see?
I mean, he's in pain.
What's up?
And he sucks, and he can't overcome this terrible thing.
Don't be laughing at everything. I got a good question for you guys after this clip.
That clip.
Yeah, okay, wait, yeah, there was a
There was a questionable clip.
Maybe I missed it. Maybe I missed the clip you're talking about.
It was just his dad like hugging him from behind.
It looked like it was like a transformation type of situation.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Didn't it look like that?
Died of
No, not the dad. I'm talking about him. It looked like he was he like it was like a transformation.
No, that was his dad and that was him.
That was his dad. That wasn't him. You
Not his dad. No, he's in the photo too.
Okay, what about him?
Like a wet T-shirt or something. I don't know.
Oh, bro, yeah.
It did look a little odd. Like I think it was almost photoshopped.
Wait,
just go back.
Y'all
Scroll back
saw
a bit.
the same shit I did.
Scroll back to like the halfway for a sec.
Scroll back to that
How
part.
did we
Scroll back to
interpret that different? Y'all saw
Okay, right here.
Y'all saw the same shit I did.
No, actually, I guess I looked away at that point.
Right there. Yeah, what is that?
Okay, that makes sense. I did not see that.
If you like know the story of this guy, like okay.
I was like, did he transform or something? I don't know.
Okay, it's a little
The
awkward.
edit there was just a little like.
Okay, it's a little awkward,
Could
but
have been better.
He could have been.
I wanted to ask a serious question.
That is dope, though. I'm actually gonna look into this.
So this is the first time you've seen this.
This is the first time I've ever seen
Oh,
this.
you're gonna love this.
Yeah. You
That
have
is dope.
definitely deep dived into this because it's very interesting. So this guy, he's trying to live forever, and he's been able to rewind his biological clock. And I forgot how old he is, but basically he has the body of like a 19-year-old
He's
or something.
45.
Oh, wow.
So now
18.
biologically, yeah, an 18-year-old. So my question for y'all, if given the chance, would you choose to live forever?
Live forever with respect to other people, or you just living forever?
No, so if this becomes available for everybody, would you choose to live forever?
I think a lot of people would.
Yeah.
I would.
I think I would too.
Yeah.
As long as my health, like I could get around.
Yeah.
So quality of living.
Quality of life, yeah. If it remained the same, yes. Otherwise, if it was just you living forever, not relative to other people, you just just watch everyone die.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would kind of suck.
That would.
That would really suck. I don't think I would choose that. So if you could choose to, well, I guess you answered the question. I was gonna say if you could choose to live for like 200 years, would you do it? But yeah,
Forever kind of shoots this whole like religion thing in the face.
Yeah.
If we just never end up going.
Yeah. I don't know if I would.
I'd have to think about my answer.
I don't know if I would choose to
Let
live
me
forever.
take my answer back on
but
that
I also
one.
don't know when I would cut the cord either.
Yeah. The answer's gonna be very different when you're like closer.
Yeah.
But like, what if you just never let yourself get there? You know?
Yeah, no, so say you could live forever.
You choose to live forever,
At
like
the body
100
the body
years from
you
now,
choose.
you're just on a planet.
I like the age I'm at now. So if I was 32 forever, I would like to do that, but I don't think I would choose forever. But I don't know when I would be like, you know what, it's time.
Yeah. So I think the better question would be if you had to make a choice. Obviously, we wouldn't answer this. If you had to make a choice, but you could not reverse that choice, that's a better question because it makes it more existential.
To live forever.
Yeah, and you couldn't. It's non-reversible. You have to do one or the other.
No,
I wouldn't make the choice.
I don't think I could. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a more thought-provoking.
That's more
question.
scarier than dying. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like, but so are you saying like if the sun exploded, like you'd still be there, just floating? If that's the case, yeah, I for sure would choose not to live.
That's
forever.
what I was
for
saying.
sure choose.
Like if you just choose to live forever, and you like 100
you
years from
literally
now,
can't
the planet's just fucking in flames or something. It's
Yeah,
just like-
I mean, eventually the Earth's gonna go.
Yeah.
Eventually. So it's like if you literally could not be killed, and we never are able to be an interplanetary species, is it interplanetary or extra or whatever? Go to different planets.
Yeah.
Even doing that, it would just it would probably become torture. Never
Yeah,
die.
for sure.
Certain point.
Because all your other
you'd be
people-
you'd have the mental endurance. The mind can only take so much. You know what I mean? At the end of the day,
Maybe
it's like that movie Inception.
Mm-hmm.
Like that makes you think like, damn, what can the mind physically take over an amount of time? Because remember, he was in. I don't know if y'all all saw Inception.
Yeah.
But like he was in that time loop for like 80, 90 years waiting for someone to come get him or whatever. So yeah, it's
I think,
interesting thought.
Like that guy who's 18, like 45 with the body of an 18-year-old. If it gave me like another 20, 25 years, I would do it.
Yeah. I think it's like a pretty natural thing.
Like the fountain of youth, kind of.
Yeah.
And like
I think
our
anyone
life
would do
expectancy
that.
as like a species has gone up. Like
Yeah.
astronomically, it used to be like 45.
Yeah.
Now it's like 70 or something. So
it's doubled.
Maybe it's just like a natural step.
It almost
Maybe it'll be 105 now.
It almost makes you it makes you think as to why people do like the life sentences. You know how like people have like 190, because it's almost like they're assuming that if someone creates some sort of invention that prolongs life,
I never thought about
this motherfucker's still gonna be needing to be in jail for 190 consecutive years. Because it's like, why would anyone make a sentence 190 years? That's like natural life times 2.
Do you think an inmate would take that treatment?
No. Why? So they could sit
So
in
they sit
jail
in jail
more?
for 100 more years? But do you think it'd be ethical for us to force them to take it just to serve their sentence?
Oh, sorry.
Wow. Ooh, we going Inception meta.
That's a good question, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, bro, if someone kills 10 people and someone kills one person, your morality ethics have to kind of combat the fact that like this person's ruined the lives.
So they should live for 1,000 years in jail.
But
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's
happens
not really closure.
if they discovered new evidence and they weren't actually guilty?
That happens all the time.
But then they give him a pill to live longer, and now he's free.
True. You know they get paid, right? It doesn't. I don't think. There's no amount of money you can be like, oh, you've never went to college, you never went to high school because you've been in jail, you don't have an education. So it's like when you get out, it's almost like they're just paying you because like, oh, we fucked up your life. Here's $6 million. Go live it. Go live it rich, even though you don't really know anything other than what the education or the knowledge you've amassed while you were in jail. Which, like I said, it's kind of fucked up because you haven't really lived a full life, but they do get paid.
Well, I don't want to wrap this up abruptly. I want to do one more thing, but I do have to film tomorrow and get up early, so I'm actually going to be the one that's going to have to wrap this up.
What's the question?
Oh, I don't have a question.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying you wanted to segue.
I totally made it sound like you had a question.
I know. Yeah, I was like,
No, I just looked at my clock and I'm like, damn, I actually have to film in
let's get ready to
the
rumble.
middle of nowhere, Texas tomorrow. So
Yeah. Cool.
Well, this is what I think of you.
this is messed up. I already know what this is. Thank you.
That's how I feel.
Michelle should probably stay on TikTok for a little bit.
I know.
I'm surprised you don't know what QAnon is.
Wait, I get it.
You've been looking at some weird. You've been looking at some wild shit.
I wanted to end this on a like real positive, thought-provoking note.
Yeah, I have a good thing.
Wait, you guys hear this?
Well, no, it don't. I mean, really.
Oh, we're not really gonna have this conversation.
Mine does not ever stink.
Oh my god.
Imagine your grandma saying that.
Oh my
How many
God.
shots?
How many shots? I have a good.
Blacked out, passed out,
Yeah.
dead.
Everyone I know dead.
That's how many shots, Shark.
I have a good way to. I have a good way to
6
close.
bottles of tequila
Let's.
in half an hour. Twice.
Nah, I was thinking about something.
But that Brian Johnson guy's a monster. I think you like him. He's just sold his company to eBay for $800 million.
Actually, I thought I did. I don't.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say like, what are our goals? But it's so cliche. Like, oh.
What are your goals? I think it's literally just Sacred Thomas on 3. 1, 2, 3. Break.
No. Are you gonna take
I'll
a
lip out. Let's all lip out.
All right.
Is
that AI editor?
Hey, I have an idea.
No, so I'm only using
I have an
one
idea.
camera.
Okay.
So
I have an idea. Let's just each close out by saying a quote that either we live by or something a quote that's stuck in our head. Is that maybe a good idea? A quote that's
corny, bro.
Really?
Oh, I thought of a quote.
I was gonna say, I don't have one.
That's corny.
You don't have a quote? There's not a single quote that you could think of that's like, yeah, this is like my go-to, or this is what.
Yeah.
No, but what?
Like a mantra I live by or something like that? Nothing?
A mantra. I mean, I like the mantra that I live by, but I don't think we need to take turns. I think we could just have a discussion. Actually, how about that? Yeah, David. So do you have any core values that you live by? And we can all talk about it. We can all just say what our core values.
Yeah, I think.
Is that corny too?
No.
Kind of.
A little.
Core values. When I said a quote that is a mantra you live by, he said, "Do you have any core values?" I'm like, bro, are we in middle school?
I gotta be corny too, but no, okay, but things like this, it's a core value would be,
No, I know what you mean. I know what you meant. I know what you mean.
Value.
Sacred, I know what you meant. It's just, how is that better than what I said? How was that better? How was that? All I'm saying is, how was that less? How was I was just saying, how was that less corny than what I was saying?
You're right. I take that.
That's all
I guess I'm corny too. Whatever.
Someone just end it with a nice quote.
You don't have to end it with a nice quote.
Does anyone have a dope quote on the top of my mind?
No, but it's been really great speaking with all of you guys. We've had some very serious conversations. We've laughed about some fucked up shit. But you guys are my friends.
That's what friends are for, man.
And this is gonna be a part of the podcast where just chill, hang out, and you can see that I'm not always trying to be inspirational, motivational, and we also laugh at kids falling and incest and stuff like that.
Two of the finest topics.
A good array of content,
Yeah. I'm not a robot, guys. But do any of you guys have any last words?
I do.
Go ahead.
Don't pass up on things that you never thought you'd do for things that you could do any day.
Yeah, I love that. Travel more.
Question why you can't be.
Question why you can't be.
Why you can't be something, right?
Oh, yeah.
Why can't I park
That's
here?
actually what I should have said.
Question why you can't park.
It would have wrapped up my whole theme. It would have wrapped up my whole theme.
Question why you can't park in handicap.
And then we put a handicap placard.
You got any last words, Shark, before we're out?
No, I think we covered it, man.
You covered it?
Yeah. We covered it.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all listening. If you've listened this far, let me know in the comments. Love you guys.
Hey, if you listen this far, comment handicap, and we'll
know,
and we'll reward you handsomely.
Shark will, because Shark is the big baller out here.
Comment free parking. we'll take care of
Look
you.
you up with the content.
Comment free parking.
The Sacred Thomas Podcast.